We got the Chaz joining us for his normal Wednesday spot. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Rob? Thank you for having me on. Excited for another week.
Damn straight, man. You were pretty riding high off that Bears win. Chaz, a big Bears fan, big Caleb guy.
Yep.
He likes men that paint their fingernails and toenails.
I was telling him after the win, I was like, flex on everyone with the fingernails. Just screw them.
Do you know what a Prince Albert is, Chaz?
No.
That's a pierced dick. When you have your pierced genitalia as a guy. What are the odds that Caleb has a pierced member?
Ooh, it's not zero.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I mean, what do you think the odds are that I have one? Here, let me show you.
I can see actually doing that one night. You get drunk.
We gotta get to Jason's comment. He led this off at 6 minutes before the stream, so I'm gonna get to it first. But I see Jason in here. Jason. You signed up for the Patreon. You're a professional fanatic, highest tier. Actually gave me a tip as well. What a guy. I need your email. I sent you an email on the one that was on there. I don't think you got it. I need your actual Gmail, Yahoo account. Send it in this chat, so I'll get you in the Discord, and you get part of the community. So, I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I don't know why you wouldn't. Discord's awesome. I'll mention that again in a minute to remind you. Jason says, would you trade Ladd, Jacoby Myers, and Swift for his Nico and Harrison? That's Nico and Marvin Harrison. He says his running backs are Barkley, Kyron, Javonte with Rashad White and Rico. Damn, he's got a lot of running backs. So I think that's why he's going to get rid of Swift. And Myers is hurt right now. He's terrible. So essentially you're giving up Ladd and Swift for Nico and Harrison. I think I'm doing it.
Yeah, I mean, your running backs are already stacked, and it seems like you're tearing up to Nico from Ladd. I would love to do it. And Ladd kind of had he had a decent week last week, but like that's also because QJ didn't play, so it's a great time to sell him.
I don't want to take a victory lap yet, but all my Ladd versus QJ conversations, I'm just saying, man.
Well, it got dislodged because QJ got injured. Now he's not playing that hamstring. We don't know what's going to happen, so I guess we'll see.
Well, Ladd's had a touchdown in 2 straight weeks, and actually should have had a punt return touchdown as well. It should be 3 touchdowns in 2 weeks. So, and Ladd isn't a guy that survives on touchdowns. We know this, but like the 9 targets was very, very encouraging, and the offense seems to be changing a bit just based on the fact they're on their 3rd running back, 4th running back, and they have no tackles.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Blake in here. Got to shout my boy Blake. Mark, of course. Mark was on the show last night. I don't know if you saw that, Chaz, but Mark was on the show last night. Great job, by the way, Mark. Appreciated having you on. Awesome. Again, Patreon members, you get to be on the fucking show. So why the hell not? Again, Jason, need your email. Jason, calling out Jason. We got Blake calling out the Chaz. Jason says, start 1, Sticky Ricky if he plays, Io Manor or Wan'Dale Robinson. We'll do, I think Wan'Dale Robinson. I don't think Ricky's playing, man. I don't know why they didn't put Ricky Pearsall on the IR, Chaz.
Yeah, I don't know. They've been like, that team's just been riddled with injuries. Yeah, we don't know if he's going to play or not. I definitely like Wan'Dale over Io Manor all day. It's a mess over there in Tennessee right now.
Yeah, it's a mess, and we'll see. Hopefully, the new coaching staff will change things and maybe go more of a youth movement there and not stop playing Tyler Lockett and Van Jefferson for some reason. 2 flexes though, same thing. Ricky, Alec, Wan'Dale, Pollard, and Vidal. I think it's Vidal and Wan'Dale.
Yep, I was gonna say definitely Vidal, and then what we just said in Wan'Dale.
All right, we're getting all the Jason's questions right away. We're gonna hit him. We're gonna hit him. Which 2 running back handcuffs are the best? Spears, Miller, Tootin, Corum, Algier. Algier is the number 1. He's least likely to start, but he's turning into almost a playable option at home, especially. I would say Corum and Algier, just because if and when they start any amount of games, they're RB1s almost, just because they're gonna just fill into the Bijan and Kyron spot. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been high on Algier, especially getting 1,000 yards with that one season with Bijan, or it might have been before Bijan. But then again, it's going to be hard for him to see actually starting numbers, especially with Bijan like never getting hurt. And then Corum, you've been talking about him all season about how Kyron's like he's basically one injury away from being I would say high end RB2. In my opinion. So,
and it's not just because Corum's looked good. Besides, the fumble was bad. The last couple weeks have been rough. But it's because Jarquez Hunter, the guy we all thought was going to be the dude, has been inactive every game. So like they're not going to make him inactive as a rookie. He's never played a snap to like a 50-50 timeshare. It would essentially be him having probably a lesser role than what Quorum had to start the year.
Yeah, it'd be 2 workhorse backs and elite offenses.
And Algiers awesome. Algiers is probably a top 18 talent at running back, maybe better than that in the league. He would start for like 10, 12 teams, and you would have no Bijan there, so like he would just be playing 80% of the snaps. And he's a bowling ball, dude, and actually a decent receiver. One more from Jason. Start one rest of the season, Fields or Dart. If Fields had no job security issues and there was we know Garrett Wilson's engaged and healthy, it's probably Fields, but I'm gonna go Dart just because the questions.
Yeah, Darts looked amazing, and then Fields, especially after last performance, and with Garrett Wilson's injury. I mean, he's doubtful this week, I think. So it's something to look out for.
Blake says Caleb would have a tramp stamp before that. Now I want to confirm if he does or doesn't. No worries, Jason. Whenever you get one though, you have one, let me know and I'm gonna get you in there. So Jason, one more. Start one this week, rest of the season. Ertz, Ingram, Schultz, or Fant. This week or rest of the season. Ertz for this week. And then man, I kind of want to say Ingram rest of the season, but it's so hard. Are you feeling good about Ingram after he had a decent performance against the Jets? But he's only playing like 60% of the snaps, dude.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, I like the name and Ertz just because of, we saw Monday night. I don't know how, but he was open across the middle of the field. It felt like often, and Daniels is something that's going to be looking for that. I know with Scary Terry still coming back in these upcoming weeks, that could hinder it, but I still like Ertz over Ingram, and I'd be worried about Ingram if I had Ingram.
What are your thoughts on? I want to hear your thoughts because everyone knows my thoughts on this. Rico versus Chuba going forward. Let's just assume Chuba plays because he did practice in a limited fashion today. Let's assume that Chuba plays this week. And this week is probably still gonna be Rico majority just because he's coming off an injury. Let's say next week. Let's say Rico has 80 yards, Chuba has 40. Rico still looks good. What's your snap share going forward in that backfield?
I would definitely be favoring Rico. You can't not. Right? I understand you paid Chuba and all that, but like the guy looks amazing and he's helping you win football games. So I would say 60-40. That's where I would do for snap wise. But it'd be so hard for the Panthers, especially if they win again, to sit Rico or just like give up his role and have Chuba be a 60-40.
Here's the important question mostly is I feel like it's going to be a majority, whatever that is, 55-60% Rico. In a perfect world, now what's going to suck if they just give Chuba the short yardage and goal line work? What I expect to happen is 60-40 Dowdle with split goal line carries. In that case, it's fine. That'd almost be like that's essentially what they do in Detroit, right? With Gibbs.
Yeah.
Gibbs gets a little bit more work and they kind of rotate on the goal line. And now they're not going to get the opportunities that the Lions have, but you're still looking at an RB2 with Rico and then like a flex option with Chuba. So would you rather have Rico or Chuba rest of the season?
Rico. I would say it's a no-brainer at this point about who I'd want the rest of the season.
Rico just looks so fucking good, bro.
he looks too good.
So good.
He looks too good.
Again, it's hard to go off of those two matchups. Like the matchups are cakey. We know the matchups are cakey, but screw the numbers. I'm looking at the eye test, and it's not just he's still going against NFL teams that know they're going to run the ball like 30 rushing attempts. Like they know it's coming, they can't stop it, and he just looks big and physical and shifty and agile and like stuff that I liked him in Dallas. I thought he was a better player than his numbers suggested, and I didn't know why it took 9 weeks last year for them to be like, okay, Rico, we're going to give you 19 touches a game. It's Rico Dowdle time, man, and screw the contracts. The contracts only mean so much because I've seen Miles Sanders with that same franchise. They signed Miles Sanders to like a 3-year, $21 million deal, and they benched him, and then they cut him. So I don't think that's going to happen with Chuba, but like we've seen this before.
Yeah, contracts.
Okay, we're
that cheap. Don't mean nothing. In my opinion,
we're gonna go. I got a couple thank yous. We have 7 people in the Patreon now. I got to shout out some gentlemen here. Braden, I don't know if he's in here, but shout out to Braden. Mark and my boy was on the show last night. Jason, hopefully Jason S gets on there. And for the other Jason, if you want in the Discord, the link is in the description for the Patreon. Man, one of the smaller tiers gets you in the Discord. Early access to bets. There's a lot of good stuff in here, man. You can play fantasy leagues with us. guest appearances on the show if you're so inclined. If you have the capabilities, you just need a decent mic and not even a mic. You just need decent internet and a laptop. That's it. I'll take care of everything else with the streaming software I have. Once we get this shit rolling, I'm going to get all new merchandise with the new logo, giving that kind of stuff away. Just a lot of good stuff, man. So check that out. You're helping to support the channel. Keep this shit running for years and years to come. 7 nights a week, Chaz. What are your thoughts on that, man? How do I do it?
I mean, you're grinding. That's all I can say right now. You're grinding and you're working through it and you're getting bigger and bigger. That's all I see.
Damn straight. We got TB in here. What's going on, TB? Good to see you. This is a good comment from Mark. And I agree with this. And I have this guy in a lot of my teams, but how come I don't hear much about DJ Giddens as a handcuff? Is he any good? And would he not slot into a workhorse role if JT misses time? What are your thoughts on that, Chaz?
I know JT's had injury history in the past because I've had him in Dynasty for the past couple of years, and they're like those past 2 years before this year, he was like on and off, and he'd miss some time and then not miss some time. If I'm being honest, I don't see JT getting like hurt. I mean, obviously, it's something to say that it's not like Bijan or other guys, but I wouldn't see Giddens, especially like they haven't. I mean, when you have JT, like if DJ was any good, or I wouldn't say any good, but just like if he was like anywhere close in the ballpark of like a starting running back, I feel like they'd give him at least some more touches compared to what they have been with JT. But that's just my opinion.
You would think, because like JT is getting a 90% opportunity share right now.
Yeah.
But here's the upside of DJ Giddens.
And
I like DJ Giddens. He's not a scat back. He is a receiving back that weighs 200. He's not just a receiving back. He's a feature back that has decent receiving chops. And I'm gonna go back to week 1. I think it was week 1 when JT had that little phantom injury, and they were blowing out. I think it was the Dolphins, right? They were up by like 27 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, it was.
And then by the end of the third quarter, JT, they just took him off. They said, "You're done for the day. Like sit down." Yep. Remember that Giddens had like, was it 13 touches? He got every snap. And I think DJ Giddens slots into a 70% opportunity share. And now he's not Jonathan Taylor, but that offense is good, man. Yeah. So, like, I want a piece of that. And the upside, Dave made a good point a couple weeks ago on the show, is that in situations like Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, now that's maybe not a good example because it's kind of just a 50-50. But with what they were doing with Blake Corum earlier in the year with Kyron, like that almost protects the lead back because they're only getting, 16 touches opposed to 24 touches. In this case, in CMC's case with Brian Robinson, with Jonathan Taylor, they're getting so much work that their likelihood of them going down is just increased because you give a guy 24, he's getting tackled 24 times a game. He's pass blocking. So that's why DJ Giddens needs to be in that tier. The only reason he's not in the same tier is because we haven't seen it from him yet. We know what Algier is. We think we know what Corum is. We don't necessarily know what a rookie is, but I have him rostered in every league I can just because I love the guy. I think he's a good prospect. And I think who's behind him? It's like Khalil Herbert and Trey Sermon.
Herbert's on the Jets, I think.
Oh, okay. Trey Sermon then. It's Trey Sermon. Like Trey Sermon's been on like 6 teams for a reason, bro. He's bad. So yeah, I like DJ Giddens. We got Eric in here. Eric, hey guys, got a trade sent to me. Trade Rice and Swift, and I got Barkley and Rashad White. So he trades Rice and Swift. No, he gets Rice and Swift. He has Barkley and Rashad White. Man, if you need a wide receiver, I don't really like trading Barkley. I'd rather have Barkley than Rice. And then Rashad White and Swift. I'd probably rather have Swift in the rest of the season. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with what you said. It's more so of if you need a wide receiver, but like I think Barkley's gone off for that slow start. I think he's going to come alive later on in the season, just like how we saw with Derrick Henry. I mean, last week Derrick Henry had 24 carries, 120 some yards. So I think he's going to kind of bounce back. And I mean, I don't know. I would much rather have Barkley and White, even with what Swift did last week and stuff like that. And I like Rice, but not as much.
Well, he says he has Ibuka, Wilson, and Pearsall right now, so you might have to do that trade to get a body at wide receiver because you're looking at 2 weeks of Wilson, maybe 3 weeks of Ibuka being out. So in that case, I do that trade because you gotta like weather the storm here. What's going on, Wally? So we got one from Matt here. Start Mason or Vidal in PPR. Mason has the Eagles, which doesn't seem like a bad matchup. Cam Scatterbo just busted their ass. I think the easy call is Vidal, but I'm going to still go Mason. I think that the fumbling has been an issue. That's he's been game scripted a little bit out in the fumbles, but I'm going Mason here one last week without Aaron Jones.
I don't know. I kind of lean the other side, go Vidal, just because we saw things open up for the Giants in the Scat Pack when you have a quarterback like Jackson Dart, and I don't know if Minnesota has that at all, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I know it seems obvious, that's a tough matchup, and Philly has 10 days to prepare for this game. The Vikings have 14 days to prepare for this game. And Kevin O'Connell's a good coach, so there's a chance that this Eagles thing continues, and they just get their brains beaten in by the Vikings. That defense is no joke. Their schemes are elites. If they can shut down Barkley, which everyone's done so far, Jalen Hurts is in for a tough day, which is going to lead to a lot of Mason touches and goal line work, man. That's what I like. I'm starting. I know PPR, you think you go Vidal. I'm personally going Mason just because I like the floor there. And would it surprise you if Hassan Haskins got 12 carries?
No, actually, I wouldn't. I think Haskins is keeping his role as a starter with just his effort. I mean, I saw a clip of him blocking at the end of that game with Ladd. I mean, effort like that does not go unnoticed by coaches, and I could easily see him getting at least 10 carries.
Okay, Wally says Chuba said he's 110% ready. Does that mean Rico's 120% ready? Rico's 200% ready, baby. He's like Mark.
Rico's 220% ready. He's double whatever Chuba is right now.
Rico's like Mark on these streams. He's in here before I start, and he stays to the last minute. So that's Rico is Mark. Shout out Mark. Michael, would you rather have Olave or Dobbins rest of season? Olave. Sorry, it's hard because they're not the same position, but give me Olave, man. Olave is top 5 in usage, top 5 in deployment. Kellen Moore is doing some really great things with him. Rattler's just been he's been really bad in the middle parts of the field. So any in-breaking route past 10 yards, which is kind of Olave's bread and butter, he's just not hitting him on those throws. And I think it'll get better. And Rattler's actually kind of impressed me this year. And I still do kind of like Tyler Shuck. So I feel like Olave, he's playing at his floor right now because the touchdowns haven't been there. And the usage probably is not going to stop. Would you agree? It's going to be there.
It's not going to stop. And I understand last week I was on here saying how Olave has those cheap targets, so I don't really count a lot of those. But after this past week, I would definitely change it. I mean, Olave is going to get, 11, 12 targets a game, especially in offense that's trying to move the ball down the field. I would rather have Olave in that situation.
Scott, what's going on? One of the newest members of the Patreon and the Discord. Shout out to you. Just made a trade, and I'm regretting it now. I gave up Rice and Kelsey for May and Waller. Now, had you been in the Discord, I would have probably vehemently told you not to do this trade. Here's a silver lining you have here: is Rice and Kelsey is going to be hard to start at the same time because he's going to eat into each other and mostly into Kelsey. But the silver lining is Drake May literally could be a top 5 quarterback this year. Like he could still take another jump here. He's balling out right now, right?
Yeah, he was balling out. He's turning into a mini Josh Allen, if I'm being honest. And I mean,
he might be better. He might be better than Josh Allen right now, Chaz.
Right now, he might be. I mean, yesterday's game was terrible.
It was bad. And here's the nice thing about Drake May right now is he's doing it. It's mostly based on his passing. He hasn't actually done the cheat code yet. He's had some decent rushing games and a couple of rushing touchdowns, but like Drake May can have 60 yards rushing in a game, and he just hasn't had to do it because he's throwing the ball good. His receiving core's coming together. I still don't like the trade though because Rashee Rice is like a top 17 receiver. Like I think floor.
So I thought I heard something.
We're gonna watch Chaz get murdered on the screen here. This is awesome.
No, it's just a loud bang. I don't know what's going on.
Michael says, "Do I start Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers, or Sam Darnold?" Rodgers has the Bengals. Justin Fields has the Panthers, and Sam Darnold has the Cardinal. No, who do they have? Who does Seattle have?
I don't know.
It's not an easy matchup, so I'm gonna say, man, if it's 4 for a passing touchdown, I'm rolling out Justin Fields. I don't care. I know it could get you 5 points, but it could get you 35 points. But I think the answer is probably Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That's a safe option, right?
Yeah, he's been a safe option all year. I mean,
like Thursday Night Football, Aaron Rodgers division game. I know they're favored in Cincinnati. I like the Bengals game, dude. I think the Bengals win this.
They're hosting the Texans Monday night.
That's a
That's
tough
Darnold.
matchup, man.
I don't know. I mean,
We
if
could
it's
see
a
some old school Sam Darnold
if
come
it's a
out that
6-point
game.
passing touchdown, I don't mind Aaron Rodgers. I mean, they've been lighting it up recently.
They
But
have been, but I don't know,
that's
man.
your discretion.
Matt says Addison, T, Shaheed, Pearsall, pick 2. I'm probably gonna go. T. Higgins is so tough, and Pearsall, he's not going to be active. Even if he is, I don't think I can trust him week 1 coming back. So it's between Addison, T. Higgins, and Shaheed. Give me Shaheed against the Bears, and then pick your poison of T. Higgins or Addison. What do you got, Chaz?
Yeah, I have T in one of my leagues, and it's just been so rough to like want to start him over like guys like Romeo Dobbs and other like wide receivers, especially like Addison. I think I'm gonna go Addison here and then Shaheed. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm just not a huge fan of T right now.
All right, we got from Blue to Green Live. Start 1 for a flex with a bunch of others on my team. I'm by Carter, Hunt, Haskins, Trey Tucker, Tajay Spears. Let's assume this is PPR. I think it's Trey Tucker. It's Trey Tucker, baby, because Jacoby Myers might not play. Brock Bowers is out, and I like that matchup. And I hate Trey Tucker, as you guys all know, but it's Trey Tucker.
Yeah, I don't know if any other names on that list can be like as big as what Trey Tucker could be this week. I mean, we saw a lot of work with Mayer last week, and then Trey Tucker looked good as well. And especially now that Bowers is going to hit the IR for the long haul, is what they're saying. And Myers injured, so it's not good. It's definitely a rise up in Trey Tucker and Mayer, which I have Mayer, so I love that.
Wally says package Zay Flowers and Jordan Mason for Scary Terry and Derrick Henry. I want Scary Terry and Derrick Henry by a fucking landslide.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy trade to do. I'm loving Derrick Henry. I've been on that train. I'm going back on a Derrick Henry train, especially after getting 20-some carries last week.
And like Debo looks like he's getting worn down already. So that's the upside there of Terry McLaurin. Blake says Goodson. Goodson's the third running back there in the Colts. Goodson's literally a third down back that drops passes and fumbles. So Joe just says start Vidal. Where would you have Vidal ranked in weekly running back ranks this week? Like 18?
Yeah, I was gonna say mid RB2, high RB2 if you're
I don't think a high.
happy about it, but I mean I wouldn't say high either. I mean I'm just going with what you said, but
he's a starter, I guess. I don't feel that comfortable about it because we've seen this before and we just don't know. I mean, maybe he earned the job, maybe not. Matt says advice needed 4 points for passing touchdown. Thank you for putting the scoring in. Should I start Fields or drop Murray and pick up one of these quarterbacks? Darnold, Lawrence, Penix. I think I like Lawrence this week. I know it's a London game, but they kill it in London, baby. So I think I like Lawrence. I think I'd go Lawrence over Fields. Lawrence is my answer.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a high scoring game against the Rams. I mean I know some fluke stuff always happens in London, especially last week. I got up to watch Fields and Brees, and that was a terrible game. But yeah, I think Lawrence is gonna have to pass the ball out to somehow stay in this game. And I'd start Lawrence here.
Better start this week. Patriots defense or Green Bay's defense? I know that the coaching change thing usually always works out well the next game, but the Titans have been so bad. I'm going the Patriots. Who does Green Bay play? Give me your answer.
It's the Cardinals. I like Green Bay here. I'm not a huge fan of Cardinals offense at all. I mean, I haven't been for weeks on end. I come on here trash them all the time. I could see this being another like almost shutout again.
And if they start Kyler Murray, that's probably a boost for the Packers defense. Zing! Mark says, what are we doing with Coleman? Keon Coleman. I want to drop him, but Palmer seems to be a multi-week injury. Yeah, if it wasn't for the Palmer injury, he is almost a drop, but I feel like you have to keep him and maybe play him after the bye with no Josh Palmer, man.
I mean, it's hard though because they spread around the ball there too much. Like it's not consistent enough to like. I mean, you'd have to be deep in your lineup to start them on a week-to-week basis.
It's been disappointing. I mean, after that first game, and again, I said it when it happened. It was a farce, man. He had 3 catches for 35 yards going into that final 3 drives, which was like the last 6 minutes of the game. And if they didn't get the ball back there, that game was over, and he would have ended with 3 for 35, which is essentially what he's done every game since. So it appears that fourth quarter was kind of smoke, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Rodgers versus Flacco, the Icy Hot Bowl. My wife actually brought this to my attention. She saw it on, I don't know, like a short or something, that the combined ages of those guys is 82 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean,
it's crazy.
It's two old guys going at it, but I mean, hey, they're still starters in the NFL, so.
Yeah, man. I guess you can call that the Viagra Bowl, right? They both have to take dick pills to get their dick hard.
Yep.
CK says, Rob, still working on that Saquon trade. He wants Scat and Myers, trying to get Coker thrown in. Saquon/Coker for Scat and Myers. Yeah, dude. I think I would probably just do it for Scat and Myers if you have to, just because, like, Myers, it just looks rough. He's hurt right now. It's been bad anyway. And, like, it'd be one thing if they had a good backup there to replace Geno. They have Kenny Smallhands Pickett, who is not good. He's 180 yards a game, typically, right, in his career. Do you like that trade, Chaz?
Yeah, at first I was gonna be like, man, I really hope he's not. I was thinking, I was like, I really hope he isn't trading Saquon to that. And then I read it fully, and then I was like, okay, yeah, he's getting Saquon. So yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah. Max, you're definitely Drake May is almost a must start this week against Tennessee.
Drake
almost
May.
Every week, he's a top 8 option, man. It's awesome what he's doing there. Jason, Bucks or Texans defense? I'm leaning towards Bucks. I think Jared Goff is going to have a Dan Orlovsky, aka Jared. I'm going Texans defense all fucking day here. I'm not playing defense against the Lions coming off a loss. Not happening.
A bad loss too.
Isn't that in Detroit?
It's in Detroit. It was a bad loss they came off of last week. They're going to want to ramp up the score, to be honest. So I would much rather go Texans there.
Starting team defenses against the Lions at home is bad business. I mean, 9 times out of 10, yes, they could maybe get a touchdown. The Bucks don't have a lot. They're really good against the run, which should, kind of match up well against the Lions. But where Jared Goff struggles, I recall, I go back to a game last year, a primetime game against the Texans. Remember where he threw 5 picks and they still won the game somehow? He struggles against elite defensive lines that are like, pass rushing defensive lines. He doesn't struggle against teams that blitz because he's too smart, and the offensive coordinator, they're too good against the blitz. You got to get pressure with 4, and then Jared Goff can literally be, especially if it's an outdoor game, Jared Goff's very human in that case. In this case, indoor game, not a great pass rush, coming off a loss, all those ingredients say Lions are probably going to smoke the Bucks this week. We got Mouth South in here. What's going on, man? I'm coming on the show. Everyone, check out Downtown Sports Podcast. I linked it in the description. Go in the description after the show. Check it out. Subscribe to their channel. It is on Spotify. It's pretty much on everything but YouTube. Great show. Entertaining, energy, just all the good stuff here. It's almost as good as this show. I'm kidding, Mouth. It's better. I mean, he's at Iron Eagle. He's at Iron Eagle on his show. I have Chaz on my show. No offense to you, Chaz. You're not Iron Eagle. So.
Definitely not.
I think that's not really a slander on you, but you might be Iron Eagle one day, buddy. Devious says, who to start? PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. A-Chain, Robinson, Judkins, Mason, London, QJ, Marvin Harrison, Olave, Devonta Smith. That's a lot of names. I'm going to give you the must starts. A-Chain must start. Judkins must start. London must start. So there's 3.
Is he talking about Robinson and we talking about Bijan? I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, okay, so Bijan and A-Chain for sure. London and Olave for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too high on QJ. Yeah, that sounds pretty easy.
You got a good team.
Very good. If that's Bijan,
Cheerio says this dude is smart. It's not about you. You're smart. La Rosa del Baxio. Yeah, you're pretty smart, bro. You're smarter than me. I know more football than you, but you're smarter than me. How about that? Hey, guys, rate my team. Lamar, Scat, Dobbins, Nico, Sutton, Kittle, Pittman, Flex. Scat, the running backs are kind of weak, but Nico, Sutton, Kittle, and you had elite tight end, elite quarterback, and 2 good receivers. Yeah. If it's a 12-team league, I'm going to give it a B, just because of the injury questions with Kittle and Lamar.
Yeah, it's not an A because of your running backs, but definitely I'd say a solid B. I mean, yeah, Lamar dropping 25 a game plus Sutton. You know I'm a huge Sutton guy. I know he did trash. I know he did trash on Sunday, but I'm still not worried about him.
Breezy says start Chase Brown tomorrow or Quentin Johnston. The problem is it appears Quentin Johnston's going to play, right? What do you think the chances of QJ playing at like a full capacity, not limited?
Yeah, full capacity, it's low. He's going to be limited. Unless they have to. Vlad will look great. I'm worried. I'd be worried. It's a hamstring. You never know. He could run around in the first play, and next he tweaks it, and then he's out for the rest of the game. So I feel like you got to go Brown there.
Yeah, and the nice little segue to my bet of Thursday Night Football. I dropped this one yesterday on the Discord. Chase Brown. What do you think Chase Brown's rushing yards are at, Chaz?
Rushing?
Over under. Just rushing.
I'm gonna go. Jeez. Now that you're asking me a question, I feel like it's gonna be something low, like 45 or something like that.
42 and a half, brother.
I almost
That's
had it.
crazy low. That
is low.
You would have guessed higher if I didn't ask you in that like
yes,
way I asked you.
Yes.
It should be at like 53, right? 53 was what you'd probably put it. I know it's been rough, but like the Steelers, the thing is they shut down Quinshon Judkins last week. And that was also because they knew that like they were daring Gabriel to throw the ball. And you can't dare the Bengals to throw the ball because if you don't get pressure, like you have two elite receivers there. They have Jerry Jeudy in fucking Cleveland. He doesn't count. So, man, I'm laddering that all the way up because you can get up to – if he just breaks – I know it's a big if, but he just needs to break a 60-yard run, and he's going to have 120. And they need to keep this game competitive. And I actually like the Bengals to win this game. I love the money line. It's similar to the Bears. They're like getting 5.5 points at home, dude. I don't know, dude. The Steelers, like, I know this is not like a must. This is a must-win game for the Bengals. Their season's over if they lose this game.
I think their season ended when Joe Burrow went down. But yes, I understand what you're saying in that aspect.
Teams still coaches still try and at home too. Like the fans need this one. A stinker here, and it's officially like over. The fans are gonna boycott. Logan, I think they answered your question in the chat. Go to the description and there's a link there, and then I'll send you an email when you get in. Let's see. Do I start Kittle over Warren if he plays? Kind of want to sit him because Jones. Do I start Kittle? I'm starting Warren over Kittle the first week, I think.
Even if Purdy's a full...
I think I want to start Warren, or I start both. I start one of them at flex.
Okay.
Right?
I guess, yeah. It's hard. That's why I was asking you. I really don't know what I'd do in that situation.
Where would you rank Kittle coming back first week? Like top 6, or like it's hard to put him where I have him as like the number 1 tight end rest of the season.
Well, yeah, rest of the season you already know he's 1 or 2, but like this week, you still have to at least put him top 8 because of how bad the tight end landscape has been. Like I could see top 6, but I would say for sure top 8.
Okay, Jay Moore, who's a safe wide receiver off waivers this week? I would say Sterling Shepard as long as
Ortez. Wouldn't mind.
No, well, he's saying safe though, right? So as long as Mike Evans doesn't play, I think Sterling Shepard. Jordan Whittington is a good option because there's no Puka, and he's just going to kind of slide into that role. And if you want an upside play with the news that came out today, I picked up in a bunch of leagues, Alec Pierce, because it looks like Josh Downs has a concussion now. So that wasn't a Sunday concussion. I don't know if he got in practice. Josh Downs is not playing, right? Adonai Mitchell is doghoused. He might be active, but he's doghoused. And then Ashton Doolin, who they were playing over Adonai Mitchell after the fumble and all that shit the next game, he is out. He's probably out as well. So you're looking at Alec Pierce with his normal role, but more of a target share. And I like Alec Pierce. So like between those 3 guys, it's tough. Alec Pierce has your biggest upside. Whittington is like an X factor, and Sterling Shepard's your like wide receiver 3 floor PPR guy. Who do you like out of those 3, Chaz?
I like Shepard. The Bucs are they're going to have to be passed more, especially this week because they're going to be going against Detroit. Going to have to be throwing the ball more. So I like him a lot more. But I was just thinking about Josh Downs, like with him a couple of weeks ago. Maybe that was karma getting back to him if that really was him trolling us.
Josh Downs been playing well too. Wally says update on Kittle. I think it's 50-50 he plays this week. He has Kraft in his lineup. That's a tough one to bench Kraft.
It's tough. This week I go Kraft though, and then after that it'd be a tough one. If I'm gonna be honest.
So TB says, what are your expectations for Rashee Rice's first game back? That is against a super soft Vegas defense. They weren't soft last week, but that's because they played the Titans. Weird enough, I did a couple drafters app. There's like it's like a 5-man, like it's a big tournament. They're like 5-man leagues. And Rashee Rice this week was the number one, like the highest ranked receiver. And yeah, dude, I was like, what, first game back? Like he's startable. Like I have a Olave versus Rashee Rice conundrum in full PPR. And I like the matchup Olave has against the Bears. So it's like, what would you do there? I'm going to ask you a question. Would you want Rashee Rice or Chris Olave this week?
Let me see who.
Rice has the Raiders and Olave has the Bears.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'd go Olave. If I'm gonna be honest, I could see the Bears putting a beating down on the Saints, and then next thing you know, the Saints are gonna have to be throwing the ball out through the air. And you could say the same thing about the Chiefs and the Raiders, but I don't know. First game back, we don't know exactly what we're gonna see. I would like the safe option in Olave, who could boom if
let's simplify it for the people. What do you expect? I know this isn't always like correlate with numbers, but what do you expect Rashee Rice's snap share to be in this game?
Snap share, I would say 65.
I was thinking 70, which because usually he's not like a Justin Jefferson type player. Usually he's an 85% guy. So I think the first game, now he is 6 weeks removed from the ACL in terms of like he was going to play week 1 with the ACL from last year anyway. So now he had 6 weeks, which is super nice for his health. But like, NFL speed is different than practice. Like they're winning right now. They have a lot of options. Like why really thrust him in there, especially against a shit ass team? So I think the thing is if Rashee Rice catches a touchdown, it'd be a good game. If he doesn't, I expect like 5 for 60, which is still a good game. But I think that's Olave's floor.
So
yeah.
I think we're thinking around the same thing here.
Ron says, asked to trade Mason and Hollywood for Sutton. I want that all day. Sutton's. By the way, Chaz, you talked up Sutton. By the way, I got to call Chaz out. You said Sutton over everyone last week, and he has 1 catch, bro. Okay. Was it 1 catch?
Okay, no, actually, we said Sutton over Garrett Wilson, and I think that was still actually the right play.
No, Garrett Wilson had 3 catches at least.
Did he?
Yeah, 3 for 8. He had 3 catches for 8 yards. He had 3.8 points. Sutton had like 2.4.
Okay,
dude.
but there it wasn't a. He had another reception early on.
Just own it.
That was some fuckery. That was some bullshit.
That being said, I'm gonna bet on Courtland Sutton's number this week, as long as it's not like over 60 yards. That's one of my bets. So
yes, I would say that was my bad. I was saying a lot on Sutton.
That wasn't Sutton's fault. That was a bad game all around. And I don't know what Bo Nix is doing. Tez Johnson or Golden? Golden hasn't done dick all year. I'm starting Golden over Tez Johnson.
Yeah, I mean they were targeting him a lot. They were getting him. He looked good. He looked good last week, and I could see his role definitely expanding. Or even if it stays the same as what it was last week, I'd easily start Golden there.
This is a tough one. Daniels or Dak? Same game. Obviously Daniels has a better matchup. I'm going Daniels, even though Dak has had the performance recently. Like, give me the rushing upside with Daniels, and he looked a little healthier last week. I don't think he looks 100% yet, but he did still have 55 yards rushing. So, give me Daniels. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean that Dallas defense it's just so bad. Like normally I would say Dak almost over anyone. I'm really high on Dak, and I've been trying to trade for Dak in some of my leagues, but over Daniels this week. Yeah, I would give me Daniels easily.
I'll put two little stipulations on this one. If it's 6 for a passing touchdown, it's a lot closer. And if it's 6 for a passing touchdown with a 300-yard passing bonus, I'm going Dak because Jaden Daniels isn't getting 300 yards passing. Dak Prescott probably will get 300 yards passing. Therefore, like that scoring system makes it a lot closer. But if it's a normal 4 for a passing touchdown, no bonuses, Jaden Daniels is the man.
Do you play in a lot of leagues where it's 300 is the passing threshold?
In my home leagues, weird settings. Like that's the problem with home leagues. They're all different settings, and I like it because I can take advantage of it because I value it more because I understand certain players are better than others, right? Like, if I play in a league where you get a first down rushing bonus, it's like Derrick Henry is like a top 5 pick. This year doesn't look good, but like players like that, I don't want a receiving back like like Alvin Kamara in that case. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So if you're the smarter players have the advantage when it has like stipulations in the scoring. That's just my take, because a lot of people just draft players, right? And like all players have value, and some players have more value in certain situations. Fields are so bad. I made the mistake of turning it on and wanted to gouge my eyes out. Yeah, Bo Nix was almost equally as bad, bro. Because Bo Nix played really bad against the Jets defense. Like at least give some credit to Justin Fields. Like he had no time. Yes, he was holding the ball. Bad game plan. No receivers. It was awful. No, but the thing is, I said this on the pod last night. Sides. They're making Justin Fields. They're almost doing what they did in the first year with the Bears. They're making him a pocket quarterback. Like you have to get Justin Fields on the move. You have to move him out. You have to bootleg him out every play and give him RPOs. Like they did. Like they ran like 4 RPOs in that game. Every play, every run play should be an RPO, and half of every pass play should be a bootleg. Like that's the only way to like utilize a skill set. Like look at what they did with Lamar. Now they're actually having Lamar run an actual offense because Lamar has graduated to that caliber of quarterback. Justin Fields has not. He has not. And also he's throwing to bums.
It's so bad watching him stand in the pockets. Like just try and roll out, try and do something. Instead, he's just trying to still look downfield. But doesn't even throw the ball, by the way.
It's gross. Ryan says, what's going on, Ryan? Barkley for Metcalf and DeAndre Swift. If it's a 10-teamer, I'm doing it. If it's a 12-teamer, I don't think I am doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about giving up Barkley here. In a 10-teamer, you would trade away Barkley here? Is that what I'm...
No, if it's a 10-teamer, I want the Barkley side. If it's a 12-teamer, I want the Metcalf and Swift side.
See, I always read the trades as like you're giving up Barkley for Metcalf and Swift. I don't know if that's just like generational divide when we're talking about this, because it always confuses me. But I would get Barkley at all costs there. I love that trade for Barkley.
Even a 12-teamer?
It depends a little bit more on your depth. But I mean, you're still getting Barkley. So
I think you convinced me, because I always want to be the dude, even in a 12-teamer. I like to be the dude getting the one player because it gets you a roster spot, and I want the best player in the trade. Unfortunately, I'm pretty high on DK, and Swift just had a great game. So I think getting Barkley is good business. It's just good business. Like he'll do better. They'll be better. Isaiah Pacheco, Calvin Ridley, or David Montgomery this week. Well, Ridley's not playing, so you can cross him off. Isaiah Pacheco might as well not be playing, even though he did play 70% of the snaps last week, Chaz. David Montgomery, pretty easy, right?
Yeah, and they said they were going to try and get him more snaps, I think. They were running a lot. They were running it with Gibbs a lot in between tackles last week, which I was kind of surprised about. I feel like they should get Monty the ball more.
Half PPR, Brian Thomas or Breece Hall. In a PPR, it's definitely Brian Thomas. In a half PPR, it gets a little closer. Usually I would go running back in that case, but what do you think, Chaz?
I'm going to say something I usually don't like, especially about someone on the Jets offense, but I think Breece Hall is due for something decent this week. I mean, he hasn't scored a touchdown in like 9 games or something like that.
He has a receiving touchdown this year, but he doesn't have a rushing touchdown.
Oh, rushing touchdown. I mean, still, I'm going to try. Breece Hall will be my flag plan this week. I think he's going to get over 20 points. That'll be my flag plan. I'll come on here next week and say that I'm wrong if he doesn't do it.
Stan says fade the Eagles this week. Yeah, with all the things I said earlier about the Vikings having 14 days rest, I think it's one more bad game for the Eagles and they right the ship going forward. You agree?
Yeah. I mean, the Brian Flores defense. It's too good. It's too good. I think they're spiraling right now, the Eagles, and I think it's gonna be a rough game for them.
Phillies D versus Vikings or Browns D versus Dolphins? Super, super easy Browns D.
Yeah, Dolphins are huge.
That Dolphins team's crumbling. The Tua comments, it's crumbling. This is the Mike McDaniels getting fired game when they lose like 17-6 against the Browns.
Yeah, that's if they lose this week, he's definitely out.
Is Murray droppable, Chaz?
Well, I mean, it depends on what your waiver wire is looking like. Like, if everyone's hoarding quarterbacks, if you're in a 12-team and everyone's hoarding quarterbacks and there's no starting quarterbacks on the waiver wire, you keep them. But, like, if there's guys, like, intermediate that are – I mean, who would you say would be, like, middle of the pack or a little bit lower that you would much rather have than Murray? I mean, Dart especially. I'd much rather have Dart.
Matt Stafford.
Stafford, T.Y.
Trevor Lawrence, yeah.
Yep. thinking about it. Yeah. So yeah, if you have guys
Um,
like that, I would definitely drop them for like guys like that. But
Trade Scatabo for Chase Brown and Addison. I think I want Scatabo. As much as I think Chase Brown's going to bounce back, I think Scatabo is just too good of a fantasy asset right now.
yeah, I mean the scat pack is definitely hidden, and I mean you're tearing off heavily in my opinion, especially with what Brown's going to be projected for the rest of the season and Addison. So yeah, give me scat.
Bennett says, should I trade Chuba and Tet for Drake May and Michael Pittman? I have Love and Fields, so you don't need a quarterback.
Yeah,
Don't
you
do
already have
that.
your quarterbacks.
Yeah, don't do that. Trade Scat for Rico and Harrison Jr. Yeah, now I'm going to do that one, I think, just because I still believe in Harrison Jr. rest of the season. So do that one. He has no flex either, so now you're getting two players.
Yeah, no flex either, especially that last, I have no flex. That's pretty much you saying, like, you need more depth, which is what you're getting in that trade.
Yeah, what Chuba, we already said our thoughts. Chuba is where I would rank Chuba like running back 26.5 PPR. Would you agree with that? 27, 28, 24 because of the bye weeks?
Yeah, definitely not an RB2. Definitely an RB3, maybe even worse. Definitely only a flex option this week at best.
That's not good. Dubs or Wandale rest of the season, Chaz?
Give me Dobbs. I call him
I think
Dobbs.
Wandale, bro. I think Wandale just because you got Jaden Reed coming back, you got Christian Watson coming back, you have Golden starting to merge a little bit, Tucker Kraft. Like Wandale's the only guy there.
The only thing is I saw something on Twitter with a heavy insider. Supposedly there was a lot of teams calling about Dobbs. So that's what I'm also factoring in. I also like Dobbs. I think he always gets like 5 for 50 or like 5 for 40 something. Like
9 targets last week.
He's a consistent guy, and especially if he gets traded to a contender that needs a wide receiver like Buffalo or something like that. Like that's definitely he would skyrocket on my rankings.
Matt says, do you guys hear about the Travis Hunter news? Thoughts? I heard that they're going to use him more on offense. Is that what the news? Or they're going to throw the ball more downfield? What do they say? They want him to be the number one receiver? It was something like that. I see it as just noise. I don't listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Logan, I'll send you an email, bro. I'll send you an email. Sorry, we're a little behind in the chat. I'm trying to catch up, but it's hard because we want to also get, we go beyond the box score. We're not just going to give you true, false answers. I want to give you our reasoning and chalk through it. And also, sometimes we figure things out as the conversation unfolds. Correct, Chaz?
Yep. The conversation always helps. It can never hurt.
It's Kittle over Otten. I like Otten, but it's Kittle, right?
Yeah. I mean, even a 60% Kittle is way better.
Mark, yeah, they're going to get, they said that the report is Rice is going to get a full workload, but they're literally playing the Raiders. So, like, yeah. I mean, a full workload could still be 70% of the snaps. And, like, I'm not too worried about the workload. I'm just saying, like, Olave is getting all the work and the workload, and I like the matchup. So, it's close. I think it'd be dumb. The thing is, you waited this long for Rashee Rice. How are you going to keep him on your bench the first week?
Yeah.
But I literally have this conundrum.
You really can't do that.
I had this conundrum, and also I think one of the tiebreakers is this league has a 100-yard bonus for receivers, and I feel like Rashee Rice just doesn't really get a lot of 100-yard games. He has like 7 catch games for 80 yards. Chris Olave has more deep bomb potential, and he had 98 yards last week. So, Scott, start 3: Jefferson, Chase, DK, Judkins, ETN. So, Judkins has to be in there, Jefferson has to be in there, and Jamar Chase has to be in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I guess we're benching
Jefferson
DK.
and Chase, and then Judkins has been elite as of lately. Even though DK's been great lately, it's hard sitting a guy like DK. But yeah, I think that's your move there.
Do you think Marvin Harrison passes concussion protocol this week, Chaz? Because I didn't know this. Story brought this up on Tuesday on the stream that Marvin Harrison has 3 concussions, not in the NFL, but he had 2 in college.
Jeez, I mean, I saw the concussion happen the week prior, like not because they had a bye last week. So, but geez, I mean, if he's still in concussion protocol and hasn't passed it by now, it's gonna be that'd be scary. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know if he'll pass it or not, but
Mouth said he tried to trade Olave for Rice and got flat out denied. Now, what we're saying is we want Rice rest of the season. It's not really close.
Yeah.
It's just this first week with the matchup Olave has. And also you have Alvin Kamara still banged up. Like, You know what I'm saying? Like that's just all. Give me Olave this week, but Rice rest of season.
Yep.
Shaquille Oatmeal says people still think the NFL isn't rigged by Vegas. LOL. Like it doesn't matter your prediction. Whatever makes more money will happen. Well, you can also, if that's the case, you can also kind of read between the lines and get it right based on that. I don't think if you think the NFL is totally rigged, bro, I think you're crazy because it's impossible to totally rig it. The officials could have influence in the games, but like, a certain game, like you just can't make the Titans beat the Chiefs. Like, I mean, that would be very blatant. And it's NBA's done it. Like there's ways to do it, but I think most of the games are pretty legit. The players there's too much money on the line. The players don't make enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, to rig games. Like, their contracts seem big. They have agents. Their shelf life is 3 or 4 years. Some of these dudes, like they're not rigging the games. The coaches aren't rigging the games. The officials might, but also you have cameras everywhere, bro. So you saw the Patrick Mahomes, the thing that he should have been called on. And then they showed replays of JSN getting them. Like, we all know the Chiefs get those calls, but like that's not enough to rig a game.
And we also know that the refs usually don't like the Bears, and we saw that on Monday night. But then again, like I said, it can't be. It definitely can't be rigged because the refs were against the Bears all night, and we somehow pulled out a dub. Like, are you telling me Jaden's purposely fumbling the ball there to give the Bears the ball? Like, it can't be rigged, in my opinion.
No, Jaden Daniels has a legacy to try to, and he's trying to win. What are your thoughts on Luther Burden? I'm gonna grab a beer. Give me your Luther Burden thoughts.
I'm liking him. I mean, he looked great. I mean, this is my first time without Rob, but I mean, he looked great. And with DJ Moore, I don't know what we're doing with Zacchaeus. I don't know why we're giving him so many targets. I mean, he had a couple of drops at the announcers tried to blame on Caleb. Just terrible. Luther Burden, pick him up on all of your leagues. If I'm going to be honest, we don't know what DJ is going to be doing the rest of the season. I hope he gets traded. I don't think he'll get traded because I think that he kind of works in this offense really, really well. Especially last week, I don't want to hear any more DJ Moore's trash or doesn't fight for this team. But Luther Burden's going to be a high. I mean, rookies always break out at the end of the year, and he's definitely a candidate for this. If you can pick him up, I would go pick him up.
And he looks good. He does look good. Looks big out there. He looks fast. Keep betting if you don't believe me. Bet more. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Shaq, that I will actually agree with you on. I don't bet lines because I'm not a chump. The Lions are too sharp. I only bet props, 28-13 this year. I think the last 4 years I'm at 64%. So whatever the NFL is doing, keep on doing it because I'm liking it. I'm liking it, baby. That's fine. I mean, I know like there's a reason that Vegas is what it is and like the sports books make money because people are dumb. It's not the rigging of NFL. It's people that have no discipline gambling and they think they know what they're talking about and they don't. And I think I do know what I'm talking about. And I also don't think I'm like a god. So I'm a smart bettor, and the plays I put in the pod, I do lose other bets, obviously, but the ones I put in the pod, I'm very confident in. And so, I mean, I don't know. Numbers are numbers, bro. So, that's fine. $4,800 league. Holy shit. And we just had a trade of J-Mo and Rashad White for Jamar Chase and Travion Henderson. That's a man. Jamar Chase and Travion, like Travion could be a league winner at some point, and like Rashad White's an expiring asset, and J-Mo just is a bust. Gross.
I mean, it looks like collusion. That's
too much money. $4,800 league, bro.
Too much money to let something like that go through. I mean, especially because guys in leagues that like that aren't stupid. That's what I'll say. Like they would nobody who has an actual fantasy brain would trade J-Mo and Rashad White for Chase or Henderson if they're not getting a little extra behind the scenes.
Scott, you're in the Patreon. I sent you the email. Check your email. If it didn't work, I'll send you another one, the link. I sent it to you before the show started. I got you, bro. Shaq says, am I allowed to come back here and laugh when you lose? Again, 28-13 means I am up about 13 units with juice. So I have to lose 13 straight bets to get back to even. And the last 4 years, I'm up like 70 bets, dude. Like, 70 units, and I bet 1 unit per bet. So like maybe in 2031, I'll be down, but I'm just, that's fine. If you want to troll, keep on trolling, bro. Pick 2, Sutton, Debo, BTJ. Sutton's in there, Chaz.
Sutton and BTJ.
Yeah, Debo might not play this week, right?
I don't know. Actually, I didn't know he was actually like injured. If I'm going to be honest, I haven't really checked much with what I've been doing recently and hitting the books.
He looked bad. He looked bad. He missed practice and he looked bad against the Bears. Love or Fields? I feel like maybe Fields will bounce back. It's just if you have a better option, you got to play the better option. I know Fields has a good matchup, and I love Justin Fields, but it's just the risk of him getting benched is there. It's like for real there, like 33% if he plays bad. That's the deciding factor for me. Would you agree, Chaz?
Yeah, and also like, especially off of last week, I understand you can say recency bias. I mean, like I said, I was flag planning myself on Breece Hall this game. So if Breece Hall is out there doing his thing, Fields won't be doing his thing. That's all I'll say. Plus, Love's going against what the Cardinals. Is that what I said earlier? Yeah, I mean,
sorry, I was banning that oatmeal clown.
No, that's
idiot.
right.
Like, what's he doing?
Yeah, no, I mean, the Packers against the Cardinals. I think Packers are going to crush that game, and I understand Jacob said 2 rushing touchdowns last week, stole from Love, but I wouldn't worry about that this week.
Nick says, "Is Travis Hunter droppable? Can we be honest about his actual use on offense and all on 3 wide receiver sets? He's droppable. It depends who you're getting. If you need a guy usable right now, it's droppable. But like, you're not going to probably find a guy with more upside than Travis Hunter on wires right now. Like Sterling Shepard, no. Like all these other guys are piecemeal guys. Like Wan'Dale Robinson, I'd probably rather have than Travis Hunter. That's the way I'd put it. But it depends. In a shallow league, yes, 10-team league, he'll never crack your lineup, right? But a 12-teamer with a flex in a full PPR, like Travis Hunter could be something to bet. We've seen it all the time. We've seen it with these rookies, man. They just got to take them off the defensive side. Put them on 5-6 snaps a game defensively, high leverage dime packages, right? Where you have 5-6 defensive backs, 7 defensive backs. Like, we'll see if they do it. But they have a bye week coming up in week 8. The post-bye rookie breakout's a thing, man. So that's why I'm not dropping him. Thank you, Blake. I thought he said something like, "Who the hell are you, Blake?" Blake is Blake and Mark and Mouth and some of these guys. CK. Sorry if I'm leaving anyone out. They are moderators on the channel. They are huge supporters of the channel, and they think like me.
Those guys are awesome.
They're positive, awesome people that like good people in the chat. You're gonna come in here and just talk shit, and he wasn't even talking shit about me. He was talking shit about gambling, but like that's what this show's based on: fantasy and gambling. So like, then why are you watching the show, man? That's like, that's like me watching gay porn. Like I have watched it, but like it's not my demographic. So like, why would I just tune into a gay porn channel? Maybe for a good laugh. Maybe to see a bear.
That's interesting, like, Rob. I don't know. Watching it.
Yeah, Chaz, you have a test tomorrow, so you gotta get going. I don't want to keep you.
Actually. Yep.
So I have Ray coming on.
Having me on.
Thank you for you're awesome. You're awesome, Chaz. Everyone loves you.
I gotta go hit the books again. Sorry, fellas. It's a short night. Usually I'm on here for longer, but big test tomorrow, big exam. So thank you, Rob, for having me on, and I'll see you guys next week.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Yep.
Bennett says, should I start both Rico and Chuba? I mean, no. If you don't have any better options, you kind of have to, but I wouldn't do it. Mouse says, question from the Discord, but going to re-ask it here. Someone asked, Gibbs for Henry and London. Oh, Henry and London 100% over Gibbs. Like, Gibbs is kind of disappointing right now, and I still like Gibbs, but I feel like he was a little overdrafted. Like, they're using Montgomery so fucking much. Coker's going to play this week, but you can't play him this week, if that makes sense. We don't know how much they're going to use him. I like Jalen Coker. They need Jalen Coker because Xavier Legette's not the option. They need a slot receiver. He's going to kind of slide into that Adam Thielen role, which is a really valuable role with Bryce Young. We've seen it multiple years. So, yeah, I think he's going to play. Give it a week to see how it goes. They have to. And the thing is, Blake, with Travis Hunter is early in the year, they did all those little design short plays for him, and it was like he had 6 for 36 and like 5 for 30. I want to mix that in with some deeper shots, and like there's a sweet spot he can get to. It's just 7 or 8 targets. Lexi G, Flex is in trouble. Pacheco, Diggs, or Chase Brown. In full PPR, it's Diggs. He's going to play. It's just it's a chest. It's a veteran day, a veteran Wednesday, missing practice. And then I think it's Chase Brown. It's not Pacheco. I would probably go Chase Brown in a half PPR, and in full PPR, it's close. But if you are truly worried about Diggs, I wouldn't be. But if you are worried about Diggs missing, just play Chase Brown on Thursday. Yeah, definitely. Coker's a stash right now. Justin, Fannin or Mason Taylor full PPR this week. Also have 1 flex spot in tight end. for tight end, or Marv, Harrison, or Addison. So Marv is 50-50 to play. I'm starting Fannin for sure because Njoku's probably out. So it's Fannin for sure. I'd probably go Fannin and Addison, or I'd go Fannin and Marvin Harrison if he plays. That's a good call, Mouth. Good call. Thank you again, Blake. Apparently you guys already banned him before I got to do it, but good. We got ref conversations. See, he just turned the chat into ref conversations, and I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it with Tim Donaghy, right? Like that was the NBA. That was in the NBA playoffs, bro. We've seen it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but like every game can't be rigged. The playoffs maybe more so, but Jay Moore, when will Ibuka return? That's looking like 2 or 3 weeks, man. So you got to wait it out. I think they're going to be patient. The fact they're 5-1, and Ibuka is their team. I mean, he is their number one receiver, even when Mike Evans comes back. They got to be patient with the guy. I got Mark in here. Theo, Otten, or Mayer this week. It can't be Theo. He's too touchdown dependent. I'm not throwing Higbee in there, even if Puka doesn't play. So I actually like Michael Mayer. I think Michael Mayer, especially with the fact that like it looks like Jacoby Myers might not play. Michael Mayer is killing it with Jacoby Myers playing. We have no Myers, now no Bowers. We have literally Trey Tucker, Dante Thornton, and Jack Betch. Like Michael Mayer is the dude. I feel like Michael Mayer is a top 12, top 10 option. Cade Otton's close though. Jay Moore, thoughts on Cade Otton? Cade Otton has shown out, man. Whenever he's got the opportunity with no receivers, Cade Otton's been a top 6 tight end. I prefer Michael Mayer just because what Mayer did last week. Jason, need a wide receiver and a guy who gets running back and the guy who needs a running back has Sutton and Williams for a trade. Got Scat, Dobbins, and Hall. Who should I offer for Sutton and Williams? So Sutton and Javonte Williams. I'm guessing it's Javonte Williams. So let's say it's Sutton and Javonte Williams. I would trade Dobbins and Hall. I would do Dobbins and Hall. I want to keep Scat. Oh, thank you, TB. Yes, we have 21 likes in here. That's not terrible. Only 1 subscriber. If you're in here, you have not subscribed to the channel. What are you doing? 7 nights a week. This community, man. These guys are awesome. The guests are awesome. I might have Big Ray coming on here in a second. Maybe I'll try to call him right now live on the stream and he's playing Halo right now. He's got his Halo night with my buddies. He's been trying to get me to play. I'm a Call of Duty guy. Used to be a Halo guy. But we'll call Ray on the stream right now and see what he says while I read some comments. He is a beast with the ball in his hands. They need to get him the ball, like in space, and they just don't do it. Yo, you gonna come on?
I'm still playing at the moment.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna be playing, but I mean,
all right.
Usually we play till about like 11. So hold on 1 second.
Well, we got Ray on the line here. Live calling with Ray. You're on the pod.
What's up, everybody?
Just just after this game, get on here, motherfucker.
All right, man.
Yeah, get on here.
Dude, I can't. I mean, right now.
This guy. All right, I'm banking to see you in 5 or 10 minutes. Get on later. Fucking Ray gives me so much shit about not having him on, and we're what the fuck, and then yeah. God damn it, Ray. Let's see. CK, is Myers hurt or is DMP related to trade? No, he's hurt. It seems like he's genuinely hurt right now. So I don't know, man. I was before the week, I was actually targeting his yards for a bet. I had it if it was under like 48 yards, I was gonna hit the over. But I'm not touching that now, even if he plays. So James Bond 007. Yo, boss, random question for you. Non-fab waivers. Is it a strategy to wait on dropping someone until Saturday to have a chance of getting them back the following Wednesday? That doesn't change anything, James. So, yeah, it doesn't change anything there. Mr. Free Throw, rank these guys this week. Dobbins, Chase Brown, Judkins, Kamara, Dowdle. I mean, if there's no Chuba, Dowdle's probably number 1. No, I'll go Judkins number 1 regardless. Judkins, Dowdle, and then Chase Brown, Dobbins, and Kamara. Just because Kamara is just not getting the snaps. He's hurt right now. It's a little scary. But Judkins this week, he's going to be one of my bets, I believe. The Dolphins are like the worst team against the run. They don't want to throw the ball 52 times again with Gabriel. Judkins is going to get 25 touches. Max says, do I sit Waddle if I flex Warren or Kittle? I have London and Sutton and wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. Well, yeah, sit Waddle for London and Sutton for sure. So the question is, do you play Waddle over Kittle? I guess you could sit Waddle. I mean, I want to play Warren over Waddle personally. Ron, I guess in full PPR, I might play Henderson, although he's not getting a lot of receiving work. So I think Chubb is probably the play. It's a Monday night game, right? So I think Chubb's the play. Yeah, Chaz is good, man. He is a articulate. He knows his shit, man. He's 21 years old. He's like when I used to work with him, he was like 17 and 18, and that dude knew football like more than people my age. So genius. He's a genius. Yeah, Mayer is a good player. He's essentially Brock Bowers without the yards after catch ability. So the 92, and he's a good blocker. He's going to play every snap, like you said, and that's the key. Without Jacoby Myers, let's go. Lexi, I've got Mason Taylor and Pitts. Would you put Mayer ahead of them? Yeah, I'm starting Mayer in like a handful of leagues. I'm actually kind of rooting for Kittle not to play this week, so he gets right, and I have a couple Kittle shares, and I'm fine with playing Michael Mayer this week, especially against the Chiefs, man. Look at my stat boy Blake. Call him Jamie around here. 36.5 receiving yards a game to tight end, 7th lowest in the league. I don't expect a big yardage output. I expect like 4 or 5 catches though, dink and dunks, and a good chance at a touchdown. So I don't think they're historically amazing against tight ends though. And also, it's like at this point, it's only been 6 weeks, Blake. So like maybe they played some shit tight ends too. I have to go back and look because like the numbers are one thing, but like if they had played, the Titans and teams that don't really have an elite tight end or that don't throw the tight ends, like it's different. Ray is fucking comedy. I guess Otten seems like the answer. I love both those guys are similar. They play every snap, right? I just like Michael Mayer. Well, that's Michael Myers, but been a big fan of Michael Mayer coming out of college. And I always said it, if Michael Mayer had gone to, if Sam Laporta and Michael Mayer switched spots and Michael Mayer went to Detroit and Sam Laporta went to the Raiders that year, I feel like they'd have similar, they would have flipped, right? Where we'd be like, oh, Sam Laporta's terrible and Michael Mayer's awesome. I thought they were similar. Sam Laporta was drafted after Michael Mayer in the 2023 draft. Fun fact for you. Michael, I have Tyler Warren and Kittle potentially coming back. Is it safe to play Kittle in the flex? Yeah, I'd rather play him over Kenneth Walker or Marv. For sure. I do that one. I actually don't play Warzone. I still play Blackout, Jason. What is that? Black Ops 4? Yeah, it's been 6 years. I have 3,000 Battle Royale wins, and I have actually not played for a year. And I only usually played in the winter. I play like 4 months at a time. I play all day, though, back in the day. I got a buddy that's 5,000 wins. My crew's still going, man. I have a crew of like 8 guys that we rotated it out. That's the best Battle Royale game of all time. Warzone's fun. It's too fast paced for me, and I just don't like the buyback. How you can buy back in. Give me Blackout all day. Any legs to Kamara sitting out practice? It's the same thing as last week. 007 was he sits out on Wednesday, veteran rest day, but it's concerning just because I feel like he's a little dinged up, and they're not going to give him a full workload. So until I see him getting a 70% snap share, I'm not going to feel like he's a must start. I believe he's like running back 22 on the year in PPR. He's played all 6 games. That's fine. He's okay. He's like the Chris Olave of running backs. Look at this. Lions are giving 52 yards a game to tight ends, 7 targets and 4. Ooh, okay. Now I need to go look at who they've played though, Blake. Let's cross-reference that. What's up, Brian? I do think the strat to hold someone through Saturday so your opponent's league mates can't get their points. Oh, I see what he was saying is that they can't get them until next week. But what I meant is that when you drop somebody, you can't pick them up the next week on waivers. They don't allow you to do it because you have to wait for them to clear waivers. So that's a good strategy so no one else can pick them up. I get that. I was reading into the other way where you're not going to be able to get them back on waivers. because you can't make a waiver claim on a player you dropped. Schuessler, what's going on? Blackhawks dropping 8 goals. Is that right? I don't really watch hockey. Jeff loves Rodgers 2 TDs tomorrow. I wouldn't touch. I like the Bengals in this game, dude. I really like the Bengals in this game. Doesn't mean Rodgers can't have 2 touchdowns, but by the way, Jeff Schuessler, shout out to Jeff Schuessler in the chat. Everyone say hello to him. He's a buddy of mine. Very, very smart football mind, and also baseball mind and basketball mind. Yeah, DK. I have DK in parlays. The bet I have, Jeff, is Chase Brown over 42.5 rushing yards. I think that's one of the easiest ones I've seen. That's almost as easy as DJ Moore's bet I had at 37.5 Monday night, which actually hit in the first quarter, and then he didn't have another catch. But yeah, I was a cigarette smoker for a long time, Max. So, and I'm a golfer, so I do enjoy some cigars. I smoke the acids or whatever. I don't really know, what a good cigar is. I think they all kind of taste the same. That's like, I'm uncultured, I guess, in that regard. I'll just take whatever rich guy gives me. I'll smoke that. Now I think I like Mayer over Hawkinson. That's pretty much for sure. Hawkinson looks pretty toasty, man. Ooh, I've heard this one before. This is tough. Chubb or Gainwell in full PPR. Since it's full PPR, I'd probably lean Gainwell. But just the Woody Marks thing is such an X factor. What do we expect? Like, is it going to be 60% snaps? Is it going to be 40% snaps? Who the fuck knows? But I think safety, I think Chubb is safer because I think he's going to get 12 or 14 touches. The problem with Gainwell is we saw Caleb Johnson get, it was 12 snaps, which isn't a lot, but it was more than he's been getting. So like now if you're adding in 15% of the snaps going to another third party in Caleb Johnson, and let's just say this game they do the same thing, and Caleb Johnson actually rips off some good runs, because I still believe Caleb Johnson's the most talented running back in that room. Now you could have Gainwell in a 3-way committee for that game. Laporta's a better player than Mayer. I will say this. Laporta's a better receiving tight end than Mayer, but like there was a reason Mayer was drafted higher, and I don't know, maybe it was wrong, but he was. Yeah, man, Blackout's still going pretty strong. What the best part about it is it's like the same like 400 people, because it's like one server. It's like the same 400 people. PlayStation has a lot more, but I play Xbox. So it's like us and the same 4 teams every time in the last circle. So we know exactly everyone's strategy. We know exactly who they are, like their skins and all that. It's fucking hilarious. We all send each other clips of each other killing, dying. I'm thinking about dropping Mason Taylor for Mayer, but Bowers coming back soon. I don't think Bowers is coming back soon. It looks really cryptic. I think they might shut Bowers down. And I guess, what is your guys' call in the chat? When are you guys thinking Bowers comes back? Give me a week. I think it's like week 12 or not at all. Lions have played Packers, Bears, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Chiefs. It's a mixed bag for tight ends. You got Kraft, and the Bears don't have a tight end room. Ravens don't really, not really a tight end room. Browns have Njoku. Bengals don't have a tight end, and the Chiefs have a decrepit Travis Kelce. Breece Hall will hit the end zone. I also love his over rushing yards. It does seem to be a possible Breece Hall game. I mean, he needs to. I like his all-purpose. I think his all-purpose would be good, just because they have no receivers there. Now it's probably gonna be it's probably gonna be like a 26-yard receiving number. So his all-purpose would be up to 100 yards, whereas rushing number might be like 71. But yeah, I do like the Breece Hall call there. Olave, Michael, Olave is playing for sure. I'm not worried about Olave missing. QJ, I feel like is a 70% chance he plays. Man, World at War, that game. Fucking loved it. Choose one in flex, full PPR. Chase Brown, Kamara, Hunter, or Kittle if he plays. Kittle. The problem is if you pass up Chase Brown, you can't start him. And then it'd probably be Kamara. So it'd probably be, I think you wait. Just go Kittle. If Kittle doesn't play, you play Kamara. Marcus, 5-1 full PPR. May, Love, A-Chain, Bucky, Jacobs, Woody, JSN, Garrett, Wilson, Pickens, Shaheed, and Kittle and Fannin. Trade ideas. I think you need to try to maybe wait a week for Fannin to you got to wait for the news for Njoku, because I think Njoku's going to be out for a while. If Njoku lands on IR, Fannin has a good game. Like Fannin's going to be a top 12 tight end, like for sure. rest of the season. So I think you have Kittle. So I think you wait a week and you try to trade Fannin, try to package Fannin and maybe Pickens, because Pickens' stock is so high. You can go out there and get yourself a Justin Jefferson or, JSN is like too high to trade on, but like, get yourself a Nico Collins or a Drake London for Pickens and Fannin. Because I love Pickens. Again, one of my PPs this year. Love Pickens. I have Pickens everywhere. He's a trade high. He's a sell high right now with CeeDee Lamb coming back. Drop Ridley. Depends on your league, man. A deep league, you can drop Ridley. Sorry, a shallow league, you can definitely drop Ridley. A 10-teamer, he's gone. A 12-teamer, if you have deep benches, maybe not. But we still don't know. The problem is we don't know. It might be, it's a hammy. So, like, what if he comes back in 2 weeks? Like, what if he goes in the IR? I think Ridley's a drop. Because you might be able to grab him again later. Buy yourself a roster spot. Mark, I think it's going to be a shootout for sure because the Lions are going to score a lot. I know the Lions are going to score a lot of points. We just saw the Niners beat up team score. They scored like 30 points against the Bucks. So like, the Lions are putting up 30. So Baker's going to have to throw the ball. So I think maybe the answer is Otten. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should go back on my teams after this and pick up Otten more. This is why I do this show. I learn some things and make some money. I would trade Debo for Sutton in a fucking heartbeat, Ryle. Heartbeat. You got Terry McLaurin coming back. Debo's already banged up. He's not going to last the year. Sutton has had a couple really bad games. Other than that, Sutton's the number one receiver. Not in fantasy, but like a number one NFL receiver. I think he is a top 20 option the rest of the year. Trey Tucker for sure, man. We have looking like no Jacoby Myers this week. No Brock Bowers. Positive game script for passing. Trey Tucker. He had 70 yards last week too. Damn straight, Iowa. Noah Fant hasn't really worked out, but other than that, they've all worked out. Frankenstein just got proposed a trade for Genty, and I got Zay Flowers for Genty, and I get Zay Flowers. I want Genty over Zay Flowers. I know there's no flex. You got to try to get more, though. I know they're trying to take advantage of you because you have 3 running backs. I would trade Javonte. Trade Javonte and get Zay Flowers. As much as I love Javonte, like I want Genty over Javonte rest of the season. Mouth, my co-host traded me Walker for Pollard. He didn't want Downs, said he just wanted Pollard. You won that trade. As much as I gotta play the clip here. Just every time we talk about Kenneth Walker. Doesn't mean I hate Kenneth Walker, but he is a tiny dancer. So yeah, I think you. Oh, look who it is! Look who it is! What's up?
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Yeah, we're live, baby. Ray's got a mic set up. The sound probably sounds delicious in these people.
I hope so, man.
And let's see. All right, we're in questions here, Ray. So we're just gonna keep powering through here. Should I trade Trey Tucker, Tajay Spears, and McLaurin? Let's see. Sorry, should I trade Trey Tucker, Tajay Spears to get McLaurin, RJ Harvey? Yeah, you want McLaurin and RJ Harvey all fucking day.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. Echo. You got some echo going in your mic right now. It does sound really clear. No problem, Rudy. Yeah, Bowers was just a bad pick. We said it in general. It was going to be a bad pick if he was healthy just because he was so high. I like Trey McBride because he was a round later, literally 10 picks later. And that seems like a bad pick too. But at least Trey McBride is like a PPR scam guy, where Bowers, you needed him to have that, to repeat last year's performance, which is just like not going to happen. Like Travis Kelce is the only guy and Rob Gronkowski. But the difference is they were tied to Patrick Mahomes and fucking Tom Brady. And they're all-time players. Like, it's hard for me to say Brock Bowers is an all-time player after 1 year. Would you agree?
Do you remember what I was talking about with my one keeper league? What player should I keep? Brock Bowers for $4 or Bucky Irving for $1? You harped on Bucky. I listened. And he's clearly been the better, he's been the better guy, for fantasy.
Put some onions. What is he asking? Oh, sorry, here it is. Should I trade Trey Tucker and Tajay Spears? Yes. Get McLaurin, RJ Harvey, baby. Sorry, you still got time. Do that trade in a heartbeat. Subscribe to the channel, onions. You get some onions and subscribe, and then give me some of your onions. Ray, do you think Mike Evans is playing this week? What percentage would you put it at? 50-50?
Dude, I've had him so many times in the past. I would say it's 50-50 because if you have somebody that's able to go out there that is playing that doesn't have high potential, but know that has a guarantee. Because the way that the NFL teams work, they play these mind games to be able to, not to be able to give away what the other teams, to the other team what they're going to do. So if you have somebody better, but more equipped to be able to play, might be willing to do that because Mike Evans had a lot of health issues in the past.
Check your little dials on your mic, Ray, and see if there's like an echo setting or something. Try to mess with it. I saw there's a bunch of knobs on that bitch. Jeff says the guy I can't get rid of is Tootin. It might be a buy low. Man, I had to cut Tootin in a few leagues and I didn't like it. But like at this point, you have to do it because he's just a handcuff. And like at that point, like I want Algier over him. I want some of these other handcuffs. Like I almost want Spears over him. So you have to do what you have to do to get past these bye weeks. And also, Tootin has a week 8 bye. So, like, you're going to literally stick with Tootin on your bench on a bye when he's a handcuff. Like, I'll stick with Algier and, like, Corm and some of these guys, not Tootin. You agree, Ray?
It's one of the things with Tootin that I think he's a decent cuff, though. Like, the fact that he is they're on a good team right now. The Jags are looking pretty good with, Liam Coleman. And so, Tootin is one of those guys to where since they traded away Tank Bigsby, it'll be one of those things to where that if anything happens to Travis Etienne, which, since he's been in the league, he hasn't been necessarily the most, the most reliable health running back per se. So, depending if you have room on your bench, I would keep Tootin. But if it's one of those things that if you don't have the luxury to have a bench spot, that just have a guy to stash, I wouldn't do that because, as a matter of fact, for me, I'm in a 10-team league, so there's a lot of people. Like for instance, in that league I'm in, Zach Charbonnet is a free agent, and I had Tootin on my bench. So it's just one of those things to where I did drop Tootin for something for a different reason because I had for bye weeks and everything. But I do believe in Tootin because I think the guy's really talented. It's just that if you don't hold on to him if you need because right now we're hitting bye weeks. So like I wouldn't hold on to him if you really don't need to.
But here's the thing about Tootin is we all were as a community kind of expecting there's a decent chance that he just wins the starting job, not right away. And the Bigsby trade happened where, okay, Tootin has a 40% chance of actually overtaking ETN. Now, ETN's played bad the last 2 weeks, but it appears that's not really a possibility right now because they're winning and they're going to stick with the veteran. So now he is that handcuff range. And I love him. If he's a starter, getting rid of Bigsby, LaQuint Allen is literally a third down back. So like is, I love him. He's a bulldozer, man. He's a 5'9", 210 speedster. Like
he's a great speed. Right. So that's the thing where I am high on him. But again, if you really can't, because we're hitting the bye weeks, I wouldn't drop him for like a worthy starter for another position that you are thinner at.
He's a luxury item on your bench.
Correct.
Kobe says start Brian Thomas or Mike Evans. Even if Mike Evans plays, I'm starting Brian Thomas.
Yeah. Brian Thomas.
First week off a hammy.
It's coming up, man.
Trone Force need 2 wide receivers and a flex in PPR. Nico, Olave, McLaurin, Devontae, Jalen Warren. Thank you for the info there. Nico for sure.
Yes.
Olave for sure. And then probably Devonta Smith, man. I don't know. Against the Vikings, that's so tough. And McLaurin's coming off an injury. So maybe you just play Jalen Warren.
Jalen Warren. Oh, man. Here's the thing. Like, I think Jalen Warren is talented. I just always had a big problem with it because when people, our friends or anybody drafted Jalen Warren, they're like, "Oh, I go to running back." It's like, dude, the dude's been around, for a long enough time that he hasn't been able to take the reins, and he's been injury prone. Hence, he's coming out injury. So I'm with Rob that the first two, Nico, Olave, and I would do the same thing. Just take a dart, throw a Jalen.
Mouth with a good point. He's very adamant about trading Debo. If you can get anything for Debo, not anything, but if you can get like between the value he's at right now in terms of where he's ranked and where you drafted him, so that would be like, let's say 5th round value. Again, I keep on throwing out Chris Olave, that name. Like, dude, do it right now because Debo, you got McLaurin coming back. Like, you got to do it. Debo is just not. He plays too hard. He's just not going to stay healthy. He's too old, right?
Dude, like, I love Debo's talent. The fact is, though, for fantasy especially, it's one thing if you have NFL talent, like just like if the Bears had Debo Samuels, we're Bears fans, I would love him, but he was still getting injured, so we'd get frustrated with the guy. It's just one of those things that he is very injury prone. He's doing awesome right now, but I'm with Mouth. You trade him right now because here's the thing: Debo's going to get hurt. He's so his highest value he's been in years. You can get such great other. You can even get his fellow running back. Bill. For something like
Yeah.
that. Like what I mean. Like I never had any stock with the guy because I thought he was always talented. I told people, other people to stay away from him for drafting. And now I look dumb at the moment, but Debo's body just gives up, and it's gonna happen eventually. We're in week 6. We're going to week 7. There are 17 games, or I'm sorry, 17 weeks. It's bound to happen. So I'm with him. Trade him now.
Should I play Goddard or Fannin this week? As much as I love Fannin, it's Goddard, especially against the Vikings. Like that secondary is such exotic coverages. What do you think Jalen Hurts is going to do? They're going to try to run the ball, and then he's just going to chuck the ball down to Dallas Goddard. And the upside is they're literally scheming up more plays for Dallas Goddard in the red zone than they are Saquon Barkley right now. And maybe that changes. It should change, but it's been kind of working at least, for Goddard. So it's got to be Goddard for now. Rest of the season, though, let's just say Njoku was ruled out tomorrow for the year, or they traded Njoku, or whatever the case is. He gets hit by a bus. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But who are you taking rest of the season, full PPR, Fannin or Goddard?
Well, here's the thing: is that in XFL, our one league, I have Hunter Henry and Goddard, and I've been trying to look for that upside of Henry for that 25 game or that 20 plus point game he had weeks ago. I've been chasing that. I've been Goddard on my bench. Goddard has been very reliable for the position, especially if you're a full PPR. Just because the touchdown ups, I mean, and I understand that what's happened with the touchdown production is very, very, very unreliable to continue to happen. But Jalen Hurts, it just seems like that passing game is just not willing to open up as much. I don't know. It was just as a little bit weaker of an offensive line that they just.
That's
I don't know what I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that's what it is. It's just one of those things that it just seems off. It's like the Chiefs, dude. Like Patrick Mahomes is making throws that like Mitch Trubisky would make sometimes. Like guys wide open, or guys Caleb Williams right now. Caleb Williams has the highest. Doesn't he have the highest? Open percentage. Misses or whatever right now. Like, I mean, I love the guy. He's doing good right now, but those type of things where what I'm getting back to is with Dallas Goddard, the Eagles they're going to be a ground and pound team always, and so Dallas Goddard will always be he's going to be one of the easier targets for Jalen Hurts to go to compared to, I mean, dude, watching the Browns right now, I feel bad for Dylan Gabriel because it's, I mean, he doesn't necessarily look great, but the offensive line is bad, and I believe in Fannin's ability. I really do. I mean, he's awesome. I would just go Goddard. I mean, he's just.
That was a fucking roundabout you just gave me, Ray. Jesus fuck, Mahomes. Like what the fuck? Why are we talking about Patrick Mahomes?
Because him and
I love you. All right. I'm gonna give you a quick, decisive answer. It's Fannin for me, just because if Njoku was ruled out for the rest of the year, this is a big if, but he's gonna be the number one in that offense, and it's not a good option. But they have 2 rookie quarterbacks. It's gonna be a rookie no matter what. Give me Harold Fannin for his ability. They're lining up all over the field. We got Blake saying Big Ray, Mark saying Ray. They love the Ray here. It pains me to say, but is Pacheco a better play than Sharps this week? I'm still playing against the Raiders though. Probably it's hard. I think the 70% snaps that Pacheco played was a product of the game script, and this is gonna be the same game script, right? And you think that it would have been more Hunt last week, and it wasn't. And we all know that Pacheco's better than Hunt.
Right.
More, he's a better player. So I'm gonna go Pacheco. It's hard to even start Pacheco, but
yeah, I mean, Rob, I've told you many times, I'm always about the opportunities. It's one thing if you have a guy who gets, let's say for running back, you get 10 carries, and one guy who gets 20, but that 10 carries gets 5 yards per carry, and the other guy gets 3. Well, either way, I would just go with the opportunity, and Pacheco playing 70%. I'm going Pacheco for sure.
Bennett, should I pick up Chris Godwin for Calvin Ridley? No, don't do
No,
that.
not at all.
Chris
Yeah.
Godwin it's not good. It's
it's not okay right now.
I mean, by the time he comes back, you're also gonna have Jalen McMillan in the fold again. You're gonna have Mike Evans,
Right.
you're gonna have Mbuka, you have Kate Otten, you have Bucky Irving back. Like, get out of here with that. I'm done. Done with Chris.
Baker Mayfield will be a stud by then. More than
Bam Knights. I'll ask you this, Ray. Who you starting? 20 words or less. Bam Knight or Michael Carter? Just
Bam Knight. Yeah, no Bam Knight. Because well,
give me 2 words.
Well, you know that because I picked up Michael Carter and both the leagues were in, and I thought real great of that because I beat you with Michael Carter last week and Bam Knight.
Fuck you.
Well, yeah, that's fine. But here we are. Bam Knight took
That was
over.
2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago.
But no, you're right. But nonetheless, Bam Knight, you're right. But Bam Knight came in this week and took it over. Bam Knight's the answer.
That was over 20 words. 4KT Owen, start Fields, Stafford, or Jones. Man, no Puka. That's a problem. London game is a problem. It's probably Daniel Jones.
Yeah, it's definitely not Fields. I love Justin Fields because he was a Bear, but he ain't the answer. It's Stafford, Jones, and Jones has been more consistent right at the moment. So,
from Paul here, you think Kittle and Lamb are playing? I'll phrase it to you like this: who do you think has a better chance to play, Kittle or Lamb, and what's the percentage?
Probably Lamb, and I would say 60-40, only because I don't think either of them are going to play personally. But if I had to pick one, to be Lamb, and just because Kittle, he's had the same type of injury over the years, so and he's older. So,
all right, only 11 minutes behind the chat, not too bad. I'm going to shout out a couple people here because they deserve to be yelled at in a good way. The 7 Patreon members, here you are, gentlemen. Thank you again. Also, shout out to my boy Blake, media manager, making all the thumbnails, all the awesome graphics for me. I appreciate you. Steve Casey, my Discord
thank you, Blake.
king.
Thank you, everybody.
You guys are for real. All the Patreon guys are gonna be playing fantasy with us. We had Mark N on the show last night. Mark, you're the fucking shit. Awesome performance. Loved having you on. If you want to come on the show, if you want to get in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, you got to join Patreon to get in the Discord. I would give it to everyone, but at that point we have 300 people in there, and that's just too much. We can't have it would water down. It'd be too much comments, right? It's already way too active as is. We have people at 3 a.m. making comments. You got to get. I'll give you in the Discord, Ray, since you're actually part of the show. But
I'm sorry. I wonder why people are making comments at 3 a.m. because those are the people who have open free agency that just are the ones who are open or up to make their
damn straight. So here's your perks. If you haven't subscribed already, just subscribe to the channel. But links in the description for the Patreon. A lot of good stuff there, boys. A lot of good stuff. You got to get on this now. Ground floor. You guys on the ground floor 7 days a week, man. Show your boy some love. Where am I at here? Okay, we are Mayer or Kraft. This is Kraft. As much as I love Michael Mayer, Tucker Kraft's a beast.
Sure.
He can still score 12 fantasy points on 2 targets, right?
Well, as a Tucker Kraft, realistic is. I mean, the guy has turned into when he's a top 5 tight end. Like, he is a better Cole Kmet, like way better. Much more athletic. So yeah, I'm comparing Kraft all day.
Paul, would you drop Stevenson for Pacheco? I would want to, but like apparently
so
Stevenson
hard.
Doesn't matter what he does. He can average 1.3 yards a carry. He could fumble every game. And he's still the starting guy. He's still getting the goal line work. The offense is better there. Not better than it's improved, I guess. It's not as good as the Chiefs. Chiefs are a pass first team. They also do funky stuff around the goal line and bring Kareem Hunt in the game. Give me Stevenson. It sucks to say. I don't want either of them, actually.
Well, plus, I mean, something happened with Trayvon Henderson, so Stevenson, but yeah, Pacheco's the guy. He gets more opportunity.
Joseph, Addison's a must roster. I don't like Jordan Addison. I'm definitely lower on him in general every year. But all the guy does is score touchdowns and also get suspended and get team meeting violations. But here's the nice part about Addison. He's a playable wide receiver 3. If anything happens to Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison's like a top 20 option. Right. And he can play. He can play ball.
Oh yeah, he's good. Yeah, I mean, if you can get him, pick him up.
Tez Johnson or David Montgomery? It's pretty easy. David Montgomery, right?
Yeah, it's a Monty for sure.
Yeah, even in full PPR. So,
yep.
Yeah. So James Bond says surely the Dolphins aren't shopping Waddle. We seem dumb with losing Tyreek Hill for this career essentially, and he's not coming back. But the Dolphins need to just rebuild and break everything down. If they can get a 2nd round pick for Waddle, if the Giants are willing to do that, because that was a team linked to him, you trade Jalen Waddle right now because Jalen Waddle just never stays healthy. He's not a number 1 receiver in the NFL. I like him. I like his game. He's a fun player. He is a small version of T. Higgins is what he is. Mm-hmm. And that's a number 2 receiver in the NFL. So if you can get a 2nd rounder, rebuild your fucking team. Dolphins, because you're not winning in the next 4 years. Look at that division. You have Drake May now and Josh Allen. Like, dude, they're clones of each other. Josh Allen's young. Drake May is a baby. You're not competing in this division. Sorry, man.
No.
Rebuild.
No, and to be honest, like, it's one of those things that, I mean, James Bond, I'll put it this way. If you have Waddle and you are on the lower end of your standings, hold on to him, because he could be a great trade bait to where all of a sudden he gets traded, and then you can trade it to a good team, and you can trade him for a better asset that you need, or just keep him and he'll be on a good team.
Max, I'm 5-1. Do I trade London and Kittle for Puka? Oh, I think that's too much. Who's your tight ends? You have Warren. So if it was London and Warren, I might consider London and Warren. So he has Sutton, Waddle, Mayer. So try doing Waddle and Kittle. Try doing Sutton. Probably not Sutton because he's come off a bad game. I can't trade London and Kittle. London and Puka. London's a stud, bro. He had 16 targets. The first game when he was healthy, 16 targets, and he hurt his shoulder. And then was playing with an AC sprain, and Penix was bad for 2 of those 4 weeks. And then the first game after the bye, 16 targets. What does that tell you? And the last 3 games of the season last year with Penix, he averaged 16 targets. So when he's healthy and Penix is playing, he's averaging 16 targets. Like, yes, Puka's probably still better, but Drake London is a top 8 wide receiver in my mind rest of the season in any format. And George Kittle is the number 1 tight end going forward in my mind.
So London for sure is one of those things that I have been drafting Drake London. First off, unfortunately I have 0 Drake London stock this year just because of my draft positions. I didn't have opportunity to get him, but every year besides this year, I have drafted him every single year. So I believe in the guy, and he is absolutely blossoming into what I always hoped when I drafted him. This year, he's blossoming into what I hoped when I always drafted him. So yeah, I wouldn't be trading London. Now, for honestly, I'm going to disagree. I would rather keep Warren over Kittle. That's just me.
No, rest of the season. Come on, man. The hell out of here. Niners offense. You know, I heard a crazy stat. They're like number 3 in the league in yards, number 22 in the league in points. That's going to even itself out. And George Kittle's a touchdown merchant.
Well, no, but I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is that I would agree that I still wouldn't do this trade. If anything, depending who this person has for running back, you can trade him Junkins. Like Junkins is, having good upset. I mean, you have a really good team on, for your bench.
Yeah.
Like there's different, different trades that you can offer that would not be, even if you have to give one of these 2 guys of Kittle or London, there's other people you could throw in that do the trade if you can, but don't do with the trade you're asking for sure.
All right, let's try to catch up on these questions and do some rapid fire here. Flex, Jalen Warren, Sutton, or BTJ? I'm Sutton. I'm Sutton this week. Sutton's going to bounce back big. Bo Nix's going to bounce back big. That's my answer. Glad to see Big Ray back. Damn straight. Let's see. Goddard for safety, Fannin for upside. You guys provide excellent analysis. Thank you, Tron Force. Would you guys trade Kamara for Swift? You want Kamara or Swift rest of the season?
So I guess honestly, well, it's definitely Swift. I mean, just straight up. But here's the thing: do you truly believe what the reports out of New Orleans are saying that they're not trading Kamara? Why wouldn't
I believe that? Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Because
no, that's not that. I'm just talking a lot because if they were to trade him to just say even the Bears, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying like a better offense, he would become better piece than Swift. But if it's staying as is, I would trade for Swift because right now the Bears offense is ascending.
100%. Trade Dowdle or hold. If you can get, top 18, like I guess here, DeAndre Swift or Dowdle rest of the season. Let's just give it there.
I think
I want the guy that's set.
I was gonna say I think it's gonna be Dowdle, man. I mean, he's. I mean, I don't know.
There's just a lot of questions, so it depends on your situation. But like Dowdle's an X factor right now. If he can maintain the lead back role, which even is 65%. Dowdle is a smash, but if he doesn't, he might be in a Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker situation. That's grody. That's grody on that offense. Fannin or Taylor rest of the season? Fannin by a mile.
Yeah, Fannin.
Drop Stevenson for Pacheco. Probably. Yeah. You probably have to have someone better to drop. Justin, full PPR. I have CMC and heard y'all talking about Tootin. Can be dropped potentially. Brian Robinson Jr. just went to waivers. Yeah, Brian Robinson Jr. is a must roster for the strict fact that CMC is averaging 26 touches a game.
Fact.
And CMC, if he was a 24-year-old, maybe different. He is not 24. He's coming off chronic Achilles tendonitis, knee injuries. Like, dude, he's fucked. Like, he's not going to play the whole year.
I drafted him first overall last year, and yeah, I would be having on Brian Robinson Jr. If CMC, when and if he gets hurt, that's a league winner.
I traded Ladd and Mason for Scat and Cup. So Cooper Kupp's kind of a nothing. You lost. I don't know. Mason's a depreciating asset a little bit, but Ladd is that dude, man. He's not going to be where you drafted him, but Ladd's still a solid high-end mid-range wide receiver too. In PPR, I love Scat.
I guess really I was thinking about this real quick. Just if he had a really stacked receiver, let's say Ladd was his wide receiver 3, and he needed a better running back 2, he works out for this trade. But if Ladd was his wide receiver 2 or 1, probably not 1, I'm sure, but his wide receiver 2, he probably loses on that.
I think it's pretty fair. I wouldn't say either side one. I would probably lean the Ladd and Mason side, but it all depends on your roster.
I'm with you on that.
Amon-Ra dropped at 70 receiving yards and has climbed to 74 already. Get it quick. Yeah, he's coming off a bad game. It was like, 8 catches for like 50 yards or something?
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. They just spread the ball around there so much. Jason, he is our resident Bucks fan here. Godwin will show up, Rob. Always Mr. Consistent, even coming back from injuries. I just know that like this is another separate injury with the same leg, like in the crowded room. It's hard to bet against Baker. So I know the numbers has a potential to be there. It's a big question mark for me.
Hey, Jason, are we talking about Baker, Tampa, Mayfield?
Here's the thing, is that this team looks like guaranteed in the playoffs. I know they're going to be fighting for a number 1 seed, but it's probably in their best interest to like try to slow play Godwin and have him in the playoffs, right? Like fully healthy. Yeah. They clearly brought him back too soon because of the Mike Evans injury. And that was a mistake. They shouldn't have done that. Bears. They should have done that. That's a problem.
With Jalen Johnson, Bears did the stupid thing. He was out now. He's pretty much out for the year. So I would keep him out until the playoffs because they're a great team. I'm with you on that. That's a great call.
We got the U.S. General in here. Bam or Hubbard or Harvey, RB2. I mean, this week, Bam. I think it's Bam. You can't play Harvey, and you can't really play Hubbard.
Yeah, Bam for sure.
Lexi says, speaking of the London game, you thinking over or the under? I'm currently starting Adams and BTJ, but I feel like London games can be inconsistent. Usually they are unders. I don't know the number. I'm guessing it's probably 43.5. I don't bet totals. I bet totals less than lines. So I would probably say under in that game.
Dude, London games are always under. I mean, it's not fun, but it's laws of averages.
Tez Johnson or Kendrick Bourne? Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah,
I like Kendrick Bourne, but it's all about Kittle's health. It's all about Pearsall. Jennings is a non-factor now, so it's Kittle and Pearsall. It seems like Pearsall's out. So if Kittle doesn't come back, I think Kendrick Bourne's almost a must start.
I picked up Kendrick Bourne in two leagues, so yeah.
It's Charbonnet, Mark. We can't trust Harvey. They're playing Jaleel McLaughlin now. They were playing Tyler Bidet, 12 snaps. Now they're playing McLaughlin. What the fuck are they doing there? It's got to be Charbonnet. Charbonnet's a touchdown guy. It's madness. Let's see, David, in a Dynasty League, would you trade Bill for RJ Harvey and Braylon Allen?
Yes.
Yeah, I want Harvey and Allen. I think I want Harvey over Harvey and Bill are close. Because RJ Harvey was a higher draft back by a mile. I like that offense. Braylon Allen's a stud, bro. He's going to be the starter there next year. So you're going to get 2 starting running backs.
Like I said, in a Dynasty League, they're both, equally, let's just say, like, to your point, all those 3 are pretty close in age. Maybe, one's a couple of years older than the other. But so if you're getting 2 for 1 with the age, and then obviously with Harvey's upside, and they trade Breece Hall or he gets hurt again, which he does, Braylon Allen's on the upside as well.
Jacob, you trade Ferguson right now, baby. I would maybe try to get more than Alvin Kamara, but that's fine. Like, you have to do it. You have Kittle coming back. Like, Ferguson, you got Lamb coming back there. Like, Ferguson you're selling him at the highest he'll ever be. And the thing is, the PPR, he had the PPR scam. Now he's catching touchdowns every week. Like, neither of those things are going to continue. He's still going to be a top 6 tight end, but you have Kittle, so he's just literally a nothing for you.
Yeah, I have Ferguson and Dalton and Kincaid in another league. Yeah, do what he said.
David, what would you do with Jonathan Brooks in Dynasty? Trade him or stash him? I mean, you're not gonna be able to get any. Don't trade him because you're gonna get a fucking bag of peanuts. It's rough because they signed Chuba Hubbard to this 4-year, 33 or 3 was it 4 years, 33 million for no reason at all, and now they have Rico Dowdle on a 2-year deal who's killing it, and Jonathan Brooks has multiple ACL injuries the last 2 years. So you got to hold them and hope they trade Chuba. I think.
And hope he's Frank Gore 2.0.
You might be able to get a 4th-round pick for the dude. And what is a 4th-round pick in Dynasty worth? Dog shit. Justin, Dubs, Bourne, or Rice? Only
Rice.
one. It's Rice. It's Rice.
Rice every time. Rice is going to be a top 12, top 10 pick every week.
And a good call here
You're
from
lucky.
Jason. As long as Mac Jones is starting, Kendrick Bourne's his like BFF. They are literally like breakfast buddies, dude. So like, yeah, that's the key. And I think he's one more week of Mac Jones most likely. Would you rather flex Sharps or Hunter? In full PPR, I can maybe see the appeal of Hunter, but I'm saying Sharps almost no matter what.
Sharps.
So would you guys do a Waddle, Tet, Kittle, or Warren for Puka? That's a lot. No, I would do Waddle and Kittle or Waddle and Warren for Puka. I wouldn't do Waddle, Tet, and Kittle or Waddle, Tet, and Warren for Puka. That's just too much. Unless it's like a 10-team league with no flex, you can't give up that much. That's way too much talent.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I wouldn't do that
either. Which Tampa Bay receiver should be picked up? For me, it's Sterling Shepard. I know Cameron Johnson has some buzz. I think the answer might just be Kate Otten, but I think it's Sterling Shepard. I'm starting Sterling Shepard in like 3 or 4 leagues. I'm not feeling great about it, but I feel like he's going to be safe for like 4 for 50 at least.
Well, here's the thing. Baker has clearly proven himself to be an elite quarterback. He may not be a Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, but he's turning out to be like a Phillip Rivers. So the guy is a great quarterback for fantasy right now, and he makes people around him better. And I think right now he trusts Sterling Shepard, so I'd go Sterling Shepard for sure.
What do you do with Ibuka? Just hold and hope for a great playoff schedule pays off. Well, Ibuka, he's not even on IR yet, so I think it's a 2 or 3 week injury. I wouldn't trade him. I mean, if you have a losing record right now, which is hard to believe if you have Ibuka, you hold on to him because we don't know. What are you saying? Why are you doing that?
I'm 6-0 with the Ibuka, so.
Oh, I'm 5-1, and I have a better team than you, so you're fucked.
Oh.
The name's
Hold
Bourne,
on to
Jason
him for
Bourne.
sure.
Do you like the Bourne Identity series?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't like the first one's a classic. Second one's okay. Was there 4 of them now? I don't like the last couple. The second one's not great either.
No, right. No. The first 2 are. The first is
the first one, especially.
Yeah, right. For sure, yeah. Bourne Identity, right? Or is it Bourne
as an Akua and Adams owner, is Adams' production boost going to be enough to keep me in games? Yeah, Adams is a top 12 receiver as long as Nakua's out. So I think that having both of them is actually fine. So you're fine. Drop Kendre Miller for Isaiah Pacheco only if you need to start this week. I think rest of the season it's close. I think I'd rather still have Pacheco because at least he gets more work. Kendre Miller is still like a playable handcuff. Puka's out. Jordy, Puka's not playing. They also play in London. I said this yesterday. Those any flight ankle injuries swell up. You're talking about a flight across the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, like that's not good. And also they're not flying from they're not flying from New York. They are flying from fucking LA, bro. Like that's across the country already and across the pond. No, he's not playing. Goddard or Fannin rest of the season. We talked about that one. It's Goddard. I still think it's Goddard, but it's close.
Very close.
I might have said Fannin, but it's close. I think if it was my second tight end, if I was rostering 2 and I had like Tucker Kraft, it's Fannin. But if it was my number 1 tight end, it's Goddard.
Right.
Mason or Bourne in flex spot full PPR. Kendrick Bourne. So I will say this: if there's no Kittle and there's no Pearsall, it's Bourne. If Kittle's back, it's Mason for me. If anyone comes back, and it's Mason, because I like Mason against Philly.
And do we know that Jones is not coming back?
Who?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones is out this week. This is his last week. Aaron Jones is out this week for sure.
Oh yeah, then it's Mason.
Yeah.
I'm with him. I'm with exactly what he said. Depending who's out, but it's going to be probably Mason.
Jared Goff's a must start this week, Blake. Must start. Who should I start? Who should I start Bourne for then? I have Scat, Monty, Rico, Rome, Jefferson, Tet. You're not, no, a must start is like not if you have these players. Maybe
I was just
over
saying, my
Monty,
gosh, man,
but
like this
no,
is like
Monty's your running back. So Rico, Rome, Jefferson, Tet. Yeah, you're starting all those guys over them.
correct.
Yeah, Bourne is a slot intermediate guy. That's why, that's why Purdy doesn't really target him too much. So, and who knows? Maybe Bourne fucked Purdy's wife if he's married, or his husband. Maybe he goes out the other way. Tim DeVito, I'm 4-2. I have Ibuka, Irving, and Hampton out. At least you're 4-2, buddy, because you can afford 2 losses. You go 4-4, you're going to get Irving back for sure. Ibuka probably the next week, and Hampton, we don't know about Hampton.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks right now, but you, like he said, like you're going to get both those Buccaneer players back in Hampton. If you can stay yourself afloat and get those 2 Buccaneer players back sooner than later, and then you stay afloat and you get Hampton very late in the season, you're going to be sitting so pretty because you're about to have a badass team at the end.
David, who's a good flex start? Pacheco, Chase Brown, or Fannin? Chase Brown is the start there for sure.
For sure, yeah,
for sure. Herbert or Daniel Jones? Give me Herbert this week.
It's tough. I mean, when I say it's tough, it's 60-40. I'm going 60% Herbert.
So Jason, big Bucks fan here. Jared Goff's going to look like shit Monday night against the Bucks. Have their number. I don't think there's any way the Lions lose this game. Like you're going to say the Lions are going to go fucking 4-3, and then the Bucks are going to be 6-1. I don't know, man. I just don't see it. I just don't see any way where the Bucks or the Lions don't score 30 points in this game. So maybe the Bucks win and it's 33-30. But Jared Goff's going to.
The Lions at home.
Yeah. Coming off a loss. Like it's the Lions, man. Like and they got fucked. They got fucked in that Chiefs game, dude. That Jared Goff thing, that was a penalty, but like still, that changed the game. The referees definitely fucking did some chicanery. And they played bad. Let's be honest. The Lions did play bad. And what do we know about Dan Campbell? The disciplined football team, right? Now they are losing. Brian Branch is out for this game. Big loss in the defense. That's why it's gonna be a shootout. But the Bucks have no receivers. So now Baker Mayfield's a god. I'm not saying he's not. I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan. Always have been.
Jason, I think it's gonna be a really good game. I think it's gonna be more of a shootout.
This is Cade Otton over Taylor. I know there's no receivers there, so Taylor's not a bad start. He might get 5 catches for 33 yards, but that's just 8 points. And Cade Otton can catch a touchdown.
Well, one you have Cade Otton. I'm sorry, you have Baker, one you have Justin Fields, who threw for net yards -10 last week. So
that's true. Keep Brock Purdy or drop him for Jordan Love. Who do you want rest of the season? Brock Purdy or Jordan Love?
Damn it. I have Brock Purdy and I don't have a chance to get Love. Damn, that's a good question. Probably Purdy.
I think the safe.
It's
play
very
is
close.
Jordan
It's
Love,
very close. It's very close, to be honest. I mean, honestly, like I would. He said Love, I would go Love because I mean I'm so 50-50 with them.
I'm gonna go Purdy. Just thinking about it, how beat up the Niners defense is. You got no Fred Warner and you have no Nick Bosa the rest of the year. These aren't like 3-week injuries. This is rest of the fucking season. Those are not only the best players in defense; those are their leaders on defense. And Robert Saleh, great coordinator. He's done some good things this year. He will patchwork it together, but they're going to be a bottom 15 defense the rest of the way. And like I said, the offensive stat, they've had all these guys missing. They're still like top 3 in yards. So
and we know that
with
Mac
Jones
defense is going to be good. So
now, if you change it to Brock to Mac Jones or Jordan Love, I might take Mac Jones. Zing! Mac Jones, the god.
Playing great.
Yeah. Again, I'm not just going to go on past performance, Jason. He sounds like you with the Bears right now, Jason. I love you. Hey man, I root for the Bucks. I actually like the Lions too, but yes, I would like to see the Bucks win this game. They have a good shot in this game. If anyone's beating the Lions at home, I think right now it is the Bucks. I think the injury bug might finally catch up to the Bucks this week, and it won't be a bad loss. You'll be 5-2. You have that division. Let's just hope you guys don't lose any more players in the process.
Jason, let's be real, man. If you guys had a full healthy team, I don't really think this would be as much of a it would still be a good conversation. It's just that if you had your Wirfs, all the receivers, everybody.
Wirfs is back. You have Wirfs.
Oh, he is. Okay. Well, no. So either way, all the receivers. I mean, you have your top 3 receivers gone. That's just crazy for any team. So, but Baker's really good. So we'll see. It should be a good game.
Mouth is still talking about DeMarcus Robinson. He loves DeMarcus Robinson so much. It's like the reverse of when I say a coach hates a player because he fucked his wife. Like, I'm pretty sure like DeMarcus Robinson like baptized Mouth or something. You know what I mean? Like did something or like adopted him. Io Manor should be fine. It's a risky start this week, but I like Io Manor this week with the new coaching staff. I like that.
I agree.
Baker over Goff all day. Yeah, Baker's a better quarterback than Goff. Baker's a playmaker. Goff is a system quarterback. A very good system quarterback with a good system. But, like, you know, right now, Goff has all his weapons at his disposal, and Baker doesn't. And the Lions are at home in a dome. That's a big deal to the Lions, man. They're a bad outside team. Who should I drop?
Real quick, Rob, let's be real. Jason, Robin, you, and Ray, we're running through a wall with Baker as our quarterback. We ain't running through walls as much with Goff, so.
No, you guys are so lucky. You got the Tom Brady thing, which is awesome, and then you get Baker Mayfield for free. Also, you guys should all every Bucs fan should just be sending flowers and cards to the Cleveland community, just thanking you for the Deshaun Watson trade and just giving up. And also Carolina, because Carolina had Baker. That just showed, and they had Sam Darnold, the same team. They had Darnold and Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield on the same team, and they won like 2 games. That just shows how bad and inept the Carolina. Maybe Bryce Young's actually good. Now, I don't think he is because he's a fucking garden gnome just like Kyler. But maybe he's good because if he gets out of that situation, maybe he's the next reclamation project, right?
Dude, the NFL is literally, it seems like it's not a third, but it seems like almost like a fourth of the league are reclamation quarterbacks that are turning out great. So you just never know at this point.
All right, guys, we got to take off here. Last question. Would you trade Pittman and receive Judkins? I want Judkins over Pittman. That's an easy one, right?
Fact. Yep.
All right. Thank you, Ray. Ray will be back on Saturday. Again, if you guys have not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel. Check out the Patreon in the description. Get a lot of good perks. Get your ass in the Discord, the greatest community around. Thank you to the community, the chat, all that. Big Ray for being on. Ray will be on Saturday night, late night, around midnight for our gambling show and mailbag show. Tomorrow night, me and Story will be on here at 10:30 p.m., typically 20 minutes after the Thursday night game gets done for a Thursday night recap and a Week 7 preview. Love you guys. Stay positive. Love your life and respect each other. Ray, I love you. I love the chat.
Love you guys. Love you too. Love you guys. Appreciate
you guys soon. I will try to answer any questions here in the chat. If you want to stick around for the last 2 minutes, I'll type it out for you guys. Otherwise, get in the Discord. Get in the Discord. Love you guys. Peace. Ray, check out the outro. I got a new outro. You'll like it. Your picture's in there.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
Peace, boys.
Later.